And here we go tonight, the much anticipated night. I'm sure all of you are waiting for the man Paul Adom-Otchere. And for those of you who are following the news on social media, on all media platforms, we can confidently tell you that the intimidation is on. The intimidation by the Special Prosecutor's Office and the Special Prosecutor himself is actually on. I've been speaking to lawyers, I've been to where he's been detained today. We actually don't even know. Maybe the lawyers will be able to tell us where exactly he's been detained, because I have been to the Special Prosecutor's Office, which is opposite the Ministry of Communication, and of course behind the Parliament House of Ghana. I've been there for over 3 hours. He arrived there around 2:40, 2:45, thereabout, to have an interaction with the Special Prosecutor. So this morning, you would have seen a video on social media, Paul Adom-Otchere himself explaining everything that has to do with the invitation to him by the Special Prosecutor, Mr. Kisi Ejabin, and of course the fact that some of us actually believe that it is a show of power. It is a show of, I will show you where power lies. They want to show Paul Adom-Otchere where power lies. But what it is that you cannot mute the man. You cannot stop him from talking. He's trained a lot of people. I am one of them. And so when you don't see him, you will still see some of us still doing the work of the Lord. We call him Apostle Paul. And he has a lot of people that he has trained who are also becoming apostles. So tonight, the show is on. We'll be telling you all there is about, is it arrest? Is it him being detained? What charges have been preferred against him? And why is he being kept? The question for a lot of us, especially those of us who are not lawyers, and we keep asking, why don't you go to court? Special Prosecutor. If you have a problem, why don't you go to court and invite the man to court to come and defend himself? Why do you use the power you have, invite him for questioning, he comes in with his lawyers, and you go ahead to detain in the name of arresting him? Some of us will be able to call you out, and we will actually call you out. So wherever you are watching us from, let me remind you that we are coming your way live from our studios here at Rage in Accra. We are live on Good Evening Ghana. We are live on DSTV page 277. So you can catch us live. And of course, we are live on YouTube as well. But don't worry, all the followers and all the fans of Apostle Paul, we are monitoring keenly what is happening and what exactly is happening with him. And we are reporting 24 hours. We'll be wherever he will be taken to and make sure that we update you with everything. You know Apraku. Apraku is always here with him. In fact, he's a lawyer. He had been with him when the Apostle Paul had gone to the Special Prosecutor's Office. Apraku is here, and so I'm going to hand over to him to tell us exactly what happened, because in the morning, you were with him in the studio when you did the recording. You have had the opportunity to go through the invitation letters, the reply you gave to the Special Prosecutor, and then what the bravado, the fact that he says he cannot wait for you to come back on Monday, but wants you to come today.
I think Jesus is coming tomorrow.
In fact, people are actually speculating that he wants to show Paul power, keep him in there tonight, throughout the weekend, and on Monday, then you will tell him. So all the things will sit on TV and say, I've shown you that I'm the Special Prosecutor.
Yeah, that's the whole point of it, because we wrote indicating that our attendance may be difficult. The attendance of the lawyers may be difficult. Therefore, if the dates could be, if we could come on Monday, in any case, others have been called and questioned at other periods in time. What is so wrong about Monday that we
cannot allow him to come on Monday? It is mind-boggling.
Why Thursday evening? Because they know. And now, today is the 31st of July.
Yes.
Every lawyer will tell you that 31st of July is the end of the legal year.
Yes, in fact, I saw on Facebook today a lot of lawyers
posting that the judges are going on vacation. So let us bring him, detain him on the 31st of July, which is a Thursday. If he is not able to, and we are going to go to the discussion of the bail conditions.
Yes.
And we'll analyze and see why and how unreasonable it is.
But why the abuse of power? I don't understand. Why the I will show you where power lies attitude with
they claim, I mean, yes, if someone has committed an offense, we are all for prosecution. Make sure the right thing is done. Put people who have committed crimes behind bars. But in doing so,
follow the due process. And you are a lawyer. You are a lawyer of good standing.
You see, you have to be reasonable in the way you do things. You ask somebody to come and satisfy bail conditions, he should bring evidence of 2 landed properties in Ghana. So now the idea or the rationale is that if you are a poor person,
you will not be able to satisfy the bail condition.
So
what it is that, let me actually allow you. You have been with him all day from the morning. So let me allow you, of course, with the viewers, to take us through what actually happened and what the options are for the team, the entire team. So the floor is yours. I mean.
Okay, so good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, our spectators. So as you are aware, we were invited, or the host, Paul Adom-Otchere, was invited to the offices of the Special Prosecutor around Ridge, number 6 Haile Selassie Avenue, to come for questioning in relation to what was termed as corruption or corruption-related offenses. No problem. Nothing is wrong with that. In fact, it is good because these are the things that help build a democracy. That when things go wrong in society, or when there are allegations that things have gone wrong in society, law enforcement agencies make sure that the right thing is done and the right person is nabbed. Granted, that's aside. So the lawyers for Paul Adom-Otchere write to the Office of the Special Prosecutor and tell him that Thursday, which is today, would be unavailable. It will be relatively difficult for them to attend the meeting or investigation, the inquisition, whatever, however you may refer to it, on a Thursday. And so, if possible, it should be shifted to Monday at 3 p.m. and then they would attend. It would interest you to note that less than an hour after the letter was dispatched to the offices of the OSP, the office lawyer, whoever, director of asset recovery management, wrote back and said that no, he must attend on Thursday, which is quite interesting because at any point in time, people are able to attend investigations. They tell the police, and we do it all the time. Police invite someone for investigations. Come and answer these questions. The person says that, oh, I have a funeral at Kwewu. Give me time and I'll come. And these are long-standing institutions. The police service has existed before independence. Yet these are the practices and procedures they follow. You say, no, he must come today. No problem. Granted. He comes today. You place him under arrest for corruption and corruption-related activities, conflict of interest, and breach of the public procurement laws. No problem. You conduct an interrogation into the activities, which quite frankly, even got at a point in time, got confrontational. But that's also aside. Now, at the end of everything, you then give him a form and say, you tell him that, oh, on this form, fill it. He fills, oh, his name, the name of his mother, the name of his father, the name of his children, the name of his spouse, all the details around him, or about him. But in one section of the documents, it is written there that he should declare landed properties he has. Properties in Ghana he has. He should write it there. The man says, well, I don't have any properties in Ghana. And so he says, NA, non-applicable. No problem. So there's a hearty conversation, cordial. We are discussing. In fact, some of the officers start telling that, oh, if that's the case, you may have to start coming once every week, discussing what is going to happen subsequently. And Paul was open to it because he's here. Everybody knows where he stays. In fact, he has been open about his residence, that he stays somewhere at Teshi. Everybody knows this edifice. This is not somebody who is going to run away. No problem. That is granted. So they take this paper, this form, this sheet, go inside, and then come back, and in coming back, tell us or say that these are the bail conditions. 2 landed properties. When we say landed properties, land or house, 2 of them in the name of the accused. When this person had just told you that he doesn't have any property in his name. So now you say that he must provide landed property in order to meet bail conditions. And then there's also another bail condition of 2 persons, 1 public officer, not less than the rank of a principal officer. No problem. He's ready to satisfy the bail conditions. So we make the discussion that, oh, he then tells the officer that, oh, he just told you, I do not own any landed property in Ghana. So if I do not own any landed property anywhere, I don't have land anywhere in my name, I don't own anything like that. So how far now? Let's talk about it and see if the bail conditions can be reviewed. You then go, the officers then go, it comes back and says that, no, the bail conditions must be satisfied. So I ask the question that's here, and let us all answer it. Assuming your brother is arrested and goes before the police station, the police service, and the police tell him that he must bring his land documents, he must have land, he must bring his land documents, and he says he doesn't have any, is it justified for him to be behind bars? Is that the basis? You see, the rationale behind bail conditions in Ghana, and why every time, for those of you who have had problem with the law before, is that why every time we will say that go and bring another person's documents is that you may not be rich, but you may know someone in your church who has land. So assuming I'm arrested, I may know someone in my church. I attend Divine Mercy Catholic Church at East Legon, Oponglo. I may have someone there who I'll say that, oh, this is the problem that has happened. So, Father, I beg, look around and see anybody who has landed property. Even murder cases that we've done, even murder cases, the High Courts of Ghana grants bail and says that you bring two sureties, one to be justified, meaning one person must have landed property. It means that if someone is poor and does not have property or is not rich, the person is given the opportunity to bring somebody with metal or with wealth or opportunity or who has the means to stand as surety for the person who is accused. But if you tell somebody who is accused, who you have the power to throw behind bars, that he should bring land documents, he's told you that I have no land documents. I have no land. I have not purchased because the land even which he lives is in his mother's name. You say that that's the basis for which somebody has failed to meet bail conditions and so he should be thrown behind bars. Another accused person, also the same thing. He doesn't have landed property in his name, so he should be put behind bars. I mean, it's quite frankly bizarre. All jokes aside, it is quite frankly bizarre. And we cannot continue like this. And it may not be about liking or hating a person or what a person stands for. I don't like everybody. Not everybody will like me. But it doesn't mean that if something wrong is happening, we should keep quiet and jubilate or rejoice over it. Yes, if the person has committed wrong, no problem at all. Go through the appropriate legal remedies. Let these things, follow due process. And let the law, practice. Let us see due fidelity to legal principles. Now, if they can put up the constitutional provision for me, so we do some discussion on it. The 1992 Constitution, more specifically Article 14.3, it says that a person who is arrested, restricted, or detained, A, for the purpose of bringing him before a court in execution of an order of a court, or upon reasonable, and this is the important part, upon reasonable suspicion of his having committed or being about to commit a criminal offense under the laws of Ghana, and who is not released, shall be brought before a court within 48 hours after the arrest, restriction, or detention. Now, viewers, you see here, the text says that 48 hours. 48 hours means 2 days. What it means is, if you are arresting someone on a Thursday evening, 42 hours from the Thursday evening will be weekend. The court won't sit on a weekend. So you then tell the person who has already told you that he hasn't have any landed property that he should go and bring landed property, or else he will not be able to satisfy the bail conditions, and he cannot go scot-free.
But let me cut you in. This is very unreasonable. And,
yes, it is unreasonable.
And for emphasis, you say that Paul had written in the form submitted to him that he doesn't have a landed property
in his name. Even if he didn't write that he doesn't have landed property in his name, I've already explained. The rationale behind bail is securing someone to stand in surety for you. So the person would come and say that, okay, this is somebody I know.
In the thinking of the special prosecutor, if I don't have a landed property today, and I go to any court or I get arrested by it means that I have to go to prison.
Yeah, you mean custody for 48 hours.
So
for
all the
poor.
people that do not have landed
Me,
property.
I'm part. I don't have landed property. I don't have land
But
in my name
how can
anywhere.
you think like that?
So if anyone comes to arrest me and says that I don't have land anywhere, so because
it means
of that,
go to jail.
I will go to jail for 42 hours.
He thinks that that's the loophole.
But I may know someone.
Yes, of course.
Who is an individual of me.
That's where the surety
I may know a
comes
public office, and that's the point of bail. That is public surety. That's why there is surety. Public, you go for somebody who is.
So he's
repute.
acting as a judge in his own court.
More or less, and it's sad. It's quite sad.
But this is very unreasonable, and I'm wondering how special prosecutor thinks that he can act this way. Well, somebody who is supposed to protect the interest of the public. And that is why you are there, special prosecutor. If you are watching us, you are there to protect our interest. You are there to protect our taxes. You are there to protect the law. And so I'm surprised that you would act this way. Is it because you think that Paul comes on touch screen and talks against you? Or says his mind on what he thinks you are doing right or wrong? Is it for you to show him that you have the power and so you can arrest him and keep him behind bars? Anyway, anyhow you like it? This is a very difficult situation. I'm sure you may want to help us to answer these questions.
Even Julius Caesar, his time passed. Even Julius Caesar.
I'm surprised. I'm very surprised.
So these things, it's some way. And even after, when he was being taken away, where is he going to? Because the reason you would often have police station like Mamprobi police station, the reason you would have them allowing you to have access to the person there is, you never know the medical condition the person may have.
Exactly.
So you need to know where the person is being sent to, so that you know that, okay, if he's to take his medicine at this point in time, maybe his wife or his mother would bring it to him. They were doing merry-go-round with where he is, doing convoy. One convoy is passing here. The lawyers. One convoy is passing. One car is passing here, going here. Then you are asking, where is he? He is not to be found here because we went here. We said, oh, he's
because
not
I
here.
Came there. I came to the special prosecutor's office.
Officers from the OSP's office, some of them were at a venue of at a law enforcement agency. I do not want to mention. Right in Accra, Rage.
Waiting for him.
We went there. We saw it. We asked, where is he? Oh, he's not here. So, Wufi OSP office. What was the point?
I was at the gate. I was at the gate for over 3 hours. I saw media men. I saw people who were ready to report.
Then
nobody knew his whereabouts. Nobody knew where.
So it is just now that we've been able to learn that he is in his whereabouts or the venue of his.
But why are you even keeping the whereabouts of the person?
Private.
For what? Why are you keeping it private? For what?
And see,
you are following the law. Why are you keeping it private?
The law, our constitution, particularly in the Fourth Republic, is tilted to rights and liberties. It's that there's an inclination in Chapter 5 of the Constitution to rights and liberties. So there is a presumption, and we have this, it's called anybody, even somebody you see chopping the head off of another person, is presumed innocent to proving guilty, and consequently convicted in a court of competent jurisdiction. Bail, according to Section 96 of Act 30, the Criminal and Other Offences Procedure Act, 1960, Act 30, is not used as an avenue to punish an individual. Bail is never to be harsh, neither is it meant to be onerous. So, if the person has not been convicted by a court, you know where the person lives. He has never made his residential address not known. You know where his office is here. He comes here for good.
Every Tuesday, every Thursday, he's here. So you know he cannot run away.
He's here. You know his children, are being educated in this country. He has links to people, friends, bonds, and everything. How will this individual
run away?
In
the morning when I watched the video, and you had been with him in the morning, in fact, I was quite skeptical about concluding that the special prosecutor was
going to arrest him. Same, actually.
Exactly. And the fact that it had been concluded this was a witch hunt, I mean, I wanted to give him the benefit,
the
of the doubt because he's a special prosecutor. I've seen him. I've had some encounters with him, and I think he's a fine gentleman. But I am, and I can now conclude that this is a witch hunt from the evidence put before us.
A witch hunt so great, it makes even Chewa jealous. See, there's a this is a serious issue. It is a serious issue.
It is.
So bail is not used as an avenue. You don't use bail to say, oh, we are going to restrict this person. We're restricting this person.
So you were powerless.
No, that's not what bail is for.
No, it is not. A special. This is not.
And it's not about. You see, it's not about. And that's one thing I always say. It is never about the person, but it is about running down institutions. And I have always been, I was one of the largest. I've been the largest critics. I'm one of the ferocious critics of the operations of these national security agents. Mask, this gun here, gun, even under NPP, because what is source for the goose? It's source for the gander.
Exactly.
If we say, and to those people in the NPP who are also saying that they've done this to Paul, so when we come, you do a democracy.
It is the system we are fighting for. It is the structures we are fighting for. We want things to work.
2028 and about 2032, which we are going to show NDC.
Show who?
It will get to a point in time where people will begin to lose trust in institutions and rather gain confidence in muscle. There's this case, Entic versus Carrington, those who are educated in UK.
Maybe let me allow you to go on, and then, of course, with the acts that you're putting up.
Yeah, no problem. So there's this case called Entic versus Carrington, and there was a judge called Lord Camden, and he said something. He said that every human being enters society for the protection of life and property. Every human being enters society for the protection of life and property. Why did he say this? There was a time before the advancement or the creation of civilization where everybody, it was everyone for himself, God for us all, the strongest, the fittest, people would kill to have food and things like that. But as time went on, we began to get civilized. And so it became about the institutions, the structures, and how we can protect and keep these things. So if we make it about individuals and personalities, no society is built like that. A classic example in Ghana's history is this guy, Joe Appiah. So Joe Appiah was a Ghanaian politician. In fact, Joe Appiah's history is so interesting because at the time he married one woman called Peggy Cripps, who was the daughter of, I think, the Chancellor of the UK. And this is the 50s. So, an upper-class British woman marrying a black lawyer, it was not heard of. And so Joe Appiah was everywhere. Now, Joe Appiah ran against Buzia in the PP. He wanted to be flag bearer. He wanted to lead the Progress Party. But then Joe Appiah lost to Buzia, who won. Buzia won the 1969 general elections with 105 out of 140 seats in the election and was sworn in as Prime Minister on the 1st of October 1969. Joe Appiah took more or less a counter position to Buzia. It would interest you that after Buzia was overthrown, Joe Appiah was made the head of a policy known as Unigov, which was to make sure that the military and the civilians would govern together. And it was in perpetuity. It means forever the military and the civilians will have a union government. It is that same, and in fact, Joe Appiah was even given a helicopter to go around campaigning for Unigov. It is that same Unigov that led to the downfall of Achampong. And after Achampong fell, Joe Appiah's legacy vanished. If Joe Appiah had stayed firm and said, no, this is a democracy, Achampong cannot overthrow Buzia. You cannot pick sides and things like that. Joe Appiah may have had his name etched in the annals of Ghanaian history, but that didn't happen. And so it may not be so much so about, it shouldn't be about personality, but it should be about institutionalism. But as for telling somebody who has told you already, and it will interest you to note that at the time, Paul was giving information that he did not or he does not have any landed property or property in his name. He did not even know that bail was up for discussion. And so it was then taken, used, and then said, hey, bring your landed property, and he couldn't provide landed property, thrown behind bars. Well, we are here. Back to you.
It's sad, and you see, the problem for me is not necessarily about Paul as in Paul, but about the system,
exactly,
the structure, the process, the procedures, and the things that we all fight for as a country. So today, it is Paul Adom-Otchere. Tomorrow it can be you. I'm receiving quite a number of messages, and I think that people should not personalize it. And for those of you who think that, well, Paul is, somebody just sent a text, your boss is too known, and another person says, your boss can talk. What do you want him to do? We are supposed to be citizens and not spectators. And so when we see something which is not right, like we are seeing now and tonight by the special prosecutor, we are supposed to comment on it. We are supposed to, that's the work of the media, to make sure that the system is right. We are the fourth estate. And so we cannot allow things to just fester. We are supposed to make sure that we put the system in check. We put the executive in check. We put parliament in check. We put even the courts in check. We express our opinion. We express what we think. We give the platform for people to share their opinion, for people to share their ideas, for people to share their expertise. And so if he does that, how does that amount to destroying anything? And how do you, as a special prosecutor, want to show him where the power lies? What happened with you going to court? I see people writing the law is the law, but the law is not, I'm not sure this is the law. The law is you going to court and winning against him. If you want to imprison him, get the court to convict him. And so I'm very sure that you are watching, and there are a number of people who have expected. I've seen somebody write on Facebook that I think some 40, 50 minutes ago that special prosecutor should release Paul because it was just some 26 minutes to Good Evening Ghana. Whatever it is, I've said that we call him the Apostle Paul, and he has a number of people that he's trained. And so whatever it is, Good Evening Ghana will still come on, and Paul will still be Paul. He will come back. Tuesday, we are live. Thursday, we are live. Every day will be live. Good Evening Ghana will still go on, and Paul will still be on. I am just surprised at the intimidation and the witch hunt. And Apreku, you said that even Chewa will be jealous about that, the use of the word witch hunt.
Well.
The intimidation is out of way. This intimidation is out of way, and the show of power is problematic. It is very much problematic. What we'll do is to pick some messages and for us to be able to cool down a bit. So, Fatih, we'll come to you. Let's see what people are writing to us tonight, and then from the messages we'll come back. The show is going on, so you want to stick and stay with us throughout the night. We'll present to you all the things that we have to present to you, and of course, we'll have some production again from Paul. You will still see Paul on the screen, so don't go away. Stay with us. We'll read some messages and come back.
Right. Looks like Paul's got, quite a fan base tonight. So let's see what the streets are saying in the comments. Kofi Nat says democracy is under attack in Ghana. Nana AC says Paul has always been on the OSP's performance, even weeks back he tackled, so Paul isn't in any way afraid to be persecuted. Kennedy also says NDC and its dirty political tactics, using the OSP to intimidate their critics. Retaliation awaits you when the tables turn. Now, a lot of people say they are with Paul. Of course, the support is still there. Robert says we all know the rationale behind of the detention of Paul, and only God can deal with it. Atapoku Clement also comes to say, when did it become mandatory to own a landed property before you can be billed? Ebenezer Anokwa says, so now an accused person has to produce his or her own landed properties before being granted bail by a law enforcement agency under this government. I can assure them what will happen when government changes in 2029. The OSP, Yoko, and all those security officers in power now will have to produce Jesus Christ's life before being granted bail. That's not what we are looking for. We are following democracy. And lastly, coming from Adolf, he says, it has become increasingly evident that any time critical issues of national interest emerge, elements within the NDC orchestrate the arrest or targeting of high-profile NPP figures as a deliberate strategy to divert public attention and manipulate national discourse. Now, back to you, Apreku.
Right, so I'm getting a lot of text messages too. I don't know if I should mention the name, but this one says, Onia, this thing there, we go revenge you. When we finish, I'll show you the person who sent, that one. He said, tell Apreku we no go listen. Apreku pa. But what we are trying to do, like he said earlier on, is to make sure that we guard and guide the systems, the structures of the country. Let the institutions work. That has been our bane, not necessarily lampooning anybody, but we want to make sure the system is working and not by anybody pursuing pettiness, pursuing their own personal agenda because they think that Paul is sitting on them. No, that cannot be. Somebody says the OMP himself should be investigated. Well, we'll leave it at that. But let me come to the Honorable Member of Parliament for the Tafo constituency, Honorable Eko Vincent Asafua. He sends a very long one. I wish I could put this on screen for you to read. I'll try and see if we can get it for you. Okay. Then you can project it. So I'm going to share it with Tornado. Then so I will just forward it to Tornado now. Then we can see if we can project it. But whilst we do that, meantime, whilst we do that, I'll still read it, and then it is sent now. But let me still read it for the hearing of everybody. So, Eko Vincent, Member of Parliament for Tafo constituency, says the Office of the Special Prosecutor (OSP) has a mandate to combat corruption, and we respect that mandate. However, in exercising such powers, it is essential that justice is not only pursued, but pursued fairly, proportionately, and without prejudice. The detention of Mr. Paul Adom-Otchere over his inability to present 2 landed properties as part of his bail conditions raises legitimate legal and ethical questions. And Vincent is a lawyer. Vincent
was my mate at the law school. We sat in the same classroom.
Well, so this is from a lawyer that I'm reading. Bail in law is not meant to be punitive. It is a mechanism to ensure the accused appears in court, not a measure of wealth, privilege, or property ownership. It is troubling that someone can be held in custody simply because they do not own landed property in their own name, especially when alternative forms of surety could be considered. One must ask, are we setting a precedent where property ownership becomes a gateway to freedom? And Apreku asks the same question. In a country where many hard-working professionals rent, lease, or hold assets jointly, this standard appears both exclusionary and ungrounded in equitable justice. Furthermore, the ongoing investigation into a revenue assurance contract signed under the Ghana Airports Company Limited must be approached with institutional clarity and fairness. The contract in question intended to ensure or enhance revenue outcomes at the time was executed under the leadership of the then Chief Executive Officer with oversight from the board chaired by Mr. Paul Adom-Otchere, despite the operational authority resting with management. The OSP's probe suggests the involvement of a private entity linked to a known proprietor of a revenue mobilization firm, though no official link to the firm itself has been established publicly. In the interest of justice and due process, it is critical that all actors within the governance chain are engaged equally, and that institutional memory guides the interpretation of decisions taken at the time. This is not to preempt the OSP's work. Of course, nobody is preempting its work, but we can actually comment whether we feel good about it or bad about it. And tonight, we are telling the OSP we feel bad about the work he's doing so far on the Paul Adom-Otchere's case. This is not to preempt the OSP's work. We support the rule of law, but the rule of law also demands restraint, balance, and a presumption of innocence, not targeted humiliation. Let us never forget, even justice must submit to the rule of fairness. Vincent Eko Asafua Esquire. Chris Arthur says, Kwesi, the next move by the NDC government is to go after chiefs and pastors who criticize the unlawful arrests and detentions. We are indeed in a crucible period. Honorable Chris Jojo Ahin Arthur sent in that one. He is also a lawyer who sent in this one. And Adenta Kumi says OSP himself should be investigated. That's coming from Adenta Kumi. Well, let me say the rest. Okay. Well, I think I'll leave this here. There are lots of messages coming in and a lot of mentions coming in on different platforms. But tonight, OSP, it is not palatable. It is not exciting. It is not good. I mean, for the democracy that we are all protecting, that His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama is protecting, the peace that is protecting. His focus is on creating jobs for the young people of Ghana. His focus is on creating a conducive business environment for the young people of Ghana. His focus is on allowing free speech by journalists here in Ghana. These go to mark the reputation that we are building as a country. All of us are building as a country. It goes to destroy that reputation that we are building as a country, that people can no more sit on their radio stations, their TV stations, on social media and express their concern. Mr. Kiseja, this is a very difficult time. And we must say to you bluntly that it is not palatable at all. It is not exciting at all. You are allowed to do your work. We support you 100% with your work to ensure that there is value for money, the taxes that we are paying, and we will back you on any day. But we are saying that follow due process. Do it as it must be done, without intimidation, without personal vendetta, without personal involvement, without settling of your own scores, Special Prosecutor. This is what we are telling you tonight. And this is what we are saying about the case that you've taken upon yourself tonight. I mean, do all the investigations, do whatever you want to do. And so, if you have any final words, then we'll see the video that was done by him this morning, right? And his explanation.
Yeah, well, it's older, relatively older videos. I think Eric has that one, where he details what's going on, and then we would also play the one we did this morning before we close with some other.
Okay, and I understand we'll also have that for the interview he had with the UTV people. That was a very insightful and exciting one. So we told you that we are still going to have Paul on. So for those of you who want to see Paul every evening, we also want to see him every evening. We are going to make sure you see him, and you will enjoy his usual presentation and his usual level of intellect that he presents to us all the time. So let's see.
Before we even go, there are issues in the substance of the matter. That I do not. My personal philosophy is I do not really think, particularly in criminal matters, that we should prejudice. So let us go to courts, and then all those things will be dealt with in courts. But so that we have to notice that these are not very palatable times, not only for the NP, not only for Paul or for people who align with who he is or are fans, but it's generally not palatable for. And interestingly, President John Mahama today spoke to the press and said that it is not under his watch, because he is a member of the Ghana Journalists Association.
Yes.
He's a professional journalist, and he says it is not under his watch. He's
been a Minister of Communication and Information before, so he understands these things that we do.
I don't have any problem with anyone investigating wrongdoing. In fact, it is good. People who take our taxpayers' money, but in any case, nobody took any time. This issue is not even about appropriation of money.
Yes.
The state hasn't lost a peso. No money, nobody's money has gone anywhere. But in any case, that is for the courts for him to decide. But we also have a duty to understand that these things must follow due process.
Yes.
It reminds me of a story I had. I used to have conversations with Professor Kumado at the law school, Lingon. And it was a conversation about an old lady who lost her house because she didn't wear her glasses.
Yes.
And the law of contract, if you fail to exercise due diligence in entering a contract, you'll be bound by it. So she lost her house. I said, it's not fair. I was arguing, it's not fair. But why? It doesn't make sense, not fair. And he said that justice is a two-edged sword. So just as it's supposed to fight for the woman, it is also supposed to fight for the one who innocently bought the property.
Yes.
And doesn't know that you didn't wear your glasses. It has to look at the investments that person made. It has to look at the forbearance that person, all those things. So we have to understand that there is something that ought to be done in the way things are going. But his lawyers are not sleeping. I know that for a fact, that his lawyers are not sleeping. In fact, as of now, I can say as a matter of fact that in his chambers, which is everybody who knows that law firm knows that they are drafting processes, trying to see how best they can attack.
I mean, that's a bit of a good that's an assurance for everybody that wants Paul out.
Oh, yeah, nobody will sit down. Nobody will sit down. We are not in the PNDC era where people can be treated anyhow in some kangaroo court or any kangaroo procedure. This is the Fourth Republic. And if you want to do something, you do it properly. So you cannot then expect people to sit down. No, I do not believe in. You can't sit down and wait for God to say, no, I don't believe in that philosophy. So
that's good for us.
Boot for boot will match you.
That's good for us.
They'll match you in court.
That's good for us. I mean, it's just unpalatable, and nobody is a custodian of power. Even the president himself is there, and he's supporting the kind of work that we do as journalists, like Apreku just said. And so it's difficult to understand that anybody will think that because of the power entrusted in them, they can actually use it anyhow. Mr. Special Prosecutor, like I said earlier on, we support you with the work you will do to pursue people for accountability and probity purposes. But the process and procedures, you must follow the course. So we'll quickly run. If we are good, we can now quickly run to see the interviews, the programs earlier, the videos earlier, and then come back or transcend into the interview he had with UTV. You want to enjoy that?
Over the weekend, as you noticed on Thursday, we're not live. Over the weekend, I traveled abroad to the United Kingdom, as I do sometimes. And I was coming back on the flight on Sunday, isn't it? So, these days, some of the flights have internet, so you can use the internet. So I was using the internet, and I just kept getting text messages. Are you on the flight to Accra? I said, yes. They said, be careful, because the is it BNI, NIB? National Security want to pick you up at the airport like Kwabena Edubuahi, same style. I said, about what? They said, well, we don't know, but I got it from 2 people. Then somebody who was on the flight, who was also, I think, using internet. I think he texted. He said he texted his people and said I was on the flight with him. He came to me, to my seat, and said, Charlie, I hear that they want to pick you up when you arrive at the airport. I'm not sure what it's about. I said, I don't know. He said, well, that's what I was told, so be careful. I said, well, but how careful can I be? So we came on, and as soon as I got off the plane, calls started coming. They want to arrest you. BNI says you talk too much. I don't know whether it's BNI or it's NIB or it's National Security, but everyone seems to say National Security. They say you talk too much. And it's not even by the important people. Some of the middle-level people think that they should teach you a lesson, and you sit on TV and every day you're talking about Kwabena Edubuahi, and every day you're talking about this, you're talking about this, and then DC has come to power, and you won't stop that your foolish program, and you are still talking, and they'll deal with you. By the time John Mahama gets to hear that they've arrested you, you've been there for a day or so, and then you would learn a lesson, something. So I arrived, and I got into the terminal. I think I observed some movements. So one of the guys called me and said, are you at the airport? I said, I'm at the airport. He said, but what are you doing? I said, I'm waiting for my luggage. And I had quite a bit of luggage because I had brought in stuff we are setting up a podcast studio. So I brought in stuff for that, cameras, tripods, and all of that. So quite a big luggage. Many luggages. I was waiting for. He said, no, don't wait for luggage. Leave the airport. I said, really? He said, yeah, leave. So I called my guy. I said, Charlie, let's go. So I said, where should I go? He said, go home. I said, but how? They said, go home and come for your luggage later. Just leave the airport. This is Sunday night, Kotoka International Airport. So I left the airport. And then I went to somebody I knew at Burma camp, one of the important people. So he said, but what I come to do? I said, well, they said they're going to arrest me, so maybe they should arrest me in your house. And then we were chatting, and he said, let me check. He did some checks, 1 or 2. I said, oh, wow. But when you were leaving the airport, how did you drive out? I said, I drove out this way. He said, oh, these are people, eh? That's what he said, these are people, eh? These are people, eh? These are people, eh? And I said, well, it's not from, I heard that it's not from the top. It's from the middle people who have been told by somebody in America or something that you should catch this guy and teach him a lesson. He's such a fool. Every day he's talking. Look at what he's done with the Kwabena Edubuahi case, to the point where now people think that the guy should not even be prosecuted. He sits on TV, and people are allowing him in Ghana there to be sitting on TV and talking rubbish. I said, oh, wow. So that was my story for Sunday. So then I got out, blah, blah, blah. Later on, the luggage came. So I asked the first person who told me that, so what shouldn't I do? What should I do? He said, don't travel anytime soon. This is what they want to do. They want to create a spectacle of you, put you in handcuffs, same as Kwabena Edubuahi. And then everybody will see, there will be videos, you have been arrested. And then somehow internationally, all the people will see the video and think that you've done something wrong. By the time you're explaining to them, you do a lot of international things. We're in the process of completing the second book, and we are working with international people for that. Whilst I was away, we discussed it. The book is entitled, oh no, let me not say it now. Let me not say it now. It's coming. We are doing a second book. So he said, this is what they want to do, is shut you up and all that. And I said, but I have a ticket to go to Munich on Friday to watch the Champions League final on Saturday. Paris Saint-Germain and the Inter Milan. I'm going on Thursday. Say, no, don't go. When you are going, they may let you go. But when you are coming, when are you coming back? I said, if I go on Saturday, I'll come back on Monday. He said, when you are coming back, I'll go on Thursday and come back on Monday. And he said, when you are coming back, they will do that. So you don't travel for now. Make sure you've spoken to important people in the government. Tell them that you are traveling, that let them know about it. Because the top people may not know. It is the people who they want to teach you a lesson, all those kinds of boys. So that was my experience on Sunday. So I got home, relaxed, 11 o'clock. So when I'm driving on Monday, when I was driving, I see some car that at 10, I look, and shadow is there, balance then. Oh, Ghana, my happy home. Why are people like that? Why? Can't they make an argument? You say something is wrong, we say something. Can't they do that? They always have to come and arrest somebody, and they arrest and arrest. Really?
Introducing Betway's Bet Influencer, a groundbreaking feature where you can make money by just sharing codes. He just needs to share his codes and make money. The more his codes are used, the more money he makes. Oh yes, so what are you waiting for? Anyone can be a bet influencer. Share your codes and make money. Bet Influencer, another world first from Betway.
This advert has been approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Betway, get way more.
iPhone papa ye wo homa
so open iPhones accessories papa dia menhwe baby ya
me mo akwa ba EBA phones and accessories
Sebani EBA yeton iPhones any ho accessories iPhone 50 XL cost 16 Pro Max accessories ye wo charger AirPods any iPhone ho akade nyina nianoma ye ni sikapudu e de beto iPhone say ya ankrankre boja and na say abon adwuma ye phone nyina for 40% beji iPhone bia ope na ni aka no wo de bosome miensa etua ne nkakra e kwan a obefa so de achi enyi dial *713 *5571 #. Oba, sheno so se wo de wo Ghana card ene nia ye kire se wo ye adwuma hwehwe ye kire kwan e wo circle mo ene tiptoe line ye ni modern photos enchen ho a afein so se wo ba American mall ye ni odo rice ene di nhwani kuma senso ye wo edum Central Prisons runabout ajekum abonsan ni mo freyen e wo numbers na ebu screen ni so no EBA phones no hassle cra
Rush, 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 rush your teeth. Rush, 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 2 times a day. Rush with Kel-Kit.
Hello, my friends. My name is Kel-Kit Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush.
Makes your teeth stronger. Chicky, whiter. Chicky, stronger.
Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kel-Kit. Happy smile.
I'm here at Adom-Otchere Limited to show you the Promethean Active Panel, the ultimate tool for corporate institutions, hospitals, schools, and your home. With its crystal clear 4K display and an unbreakable screen with an ultra responsive touch technology. This isn't just a screen, it's a game changer. For corporate institutions and in schools, this active panel can be used for Zoom meetings and PowerPoint presentation. And your homes are not left behind. You can use it to watch all your favorite programs by just connecting to a Fire Stick, and you can get access to channels like Netflix and Amazon, and voila, you are in there. At Adom-Otchere Limited, we provide you with the best quality products from the United States of America with 1-year warranty. You can get an active panel at a discounted price of 18,000 Ghana cedi only, and it comes with a Fire Stick, a webcam, and a micro system. You can locate us at Chado Container behind the Trade Fair. Visit Adom-Otchere Limited today and elevate your tech.
Healthy soil is where every great harvest begins. At ACAP, we turn waste into wealth, producing rich organic compost made right here in Ghana for our farmers and our future. Whether you are planting small or big, ACAP compost improves your soil, boosts your yields, and saves you money. Even in your own home garden, give your soil life naturally. ACAP compost, from waste to wealth.
Are you a headmaster, headmistress, parent, teacher, or an educator looking for high-quality textbooks for preschool, primary, and junior high school students? Look no further than Advocate Publishing Company. Advocate Publishing Company is a leading publisher of educational materials in Ghana that publishes very engaging, interactive, and comprehensive textbooks that meet the needs of students, teachers, and parents. Our textbooks are thoroughly published to make learning fun and easy. They are also designed to stimulate critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity in students. Make Advocate Publishing your preferred choice for all your educational needs. Explore our range of textbooks and educational resources. Visit us at the old GNTC yard near Kingsway, Accra. You can contact us on 0503 786 776 or 02408 06354, also 0531 600360, and connect with us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at Advo Publishing. Don't settle for less. Choose the best. Advocate Publishing Company, empowering young minds one textbook at a time. Thinking publishing, think Advocate Publishing.
Yes, next. Hey, Nadia Benson.
Me didn't tum. Mr. Friendly Calico, just call me cockroach. Now, Mr. Friendly once now.
Hey, that's you.
Improve car.
Yeah.
Captain Mosquito, double the accent. Me did it, Sasso spray. Mr. Friendly Sasso quell. Yeah, go to my Sasso.
Come tum preko.
Hey, pay right borehole drilling.
Hey, a Japan reject for Abama and show some ye dewa. Pay reject a daromanti, if ye be a money shoe, ain't it so young crankre, a jumaku, in swan sorry, Namope and should did you may be a dear. Make out for pay reject the amount, and pay reject, Wama quadari our borehole drilling, water purification, any bibiada a fat in shoe, Netier, pay reject in Kwane borehole drilling company, what to so mawa, or sound super a brano, ever be sending so netie, and Sayo, Wama sounds so the Kokra, pono so a yede ba be bo ama o sika sem tua no akoyie won pe we now peden with them call them now flying e was 0240 217253 0240 217253 pay right GH senso yankwadea ene ye mawonkwa.
Buy affordable service plots and lands from estate masters. Currently selling our next cottage, located at the newly proposed airport city, with a starting price of 25,000 Ghana cedis. We also have Palm Hills, located at Panfukuro in the Bomwa East District, also with a starting price of 15,000 Ghana cedis. Available also is Coastal Park in Lakleku, which is a 15-minute drive from the Ngo Senior High School, having a starting price of 55,000 Ghana cedis. You will receive a free site plan with Detention once you successfully purchase a land from us. For any enquiries, contact the numbers provided. Estate Masters, your most preferred estate partner.
And Joyce Barr was asking Richard Jakwa that when are you going to arrest Paul Adom-Otchere, and he's talking plenty. And he says, oh, as for Paul, we'll get him. But wait, we have to go to Addison, then we have Adom-Otchere, then we go to Paul Adom-Otchere. Apparently, that's the story. Who are the other people on the list? Oforesiyama, the Minister for Transport. They said that they have to go to his house at they'll go at, they went to Ameya Kumfi's house at 4 a.m. Afenyomakin didn't talk about that, but they went to Ameya Kumfi's house for the second time at 4 a.m. We don't know. They harassed the lady, what's her name? Gifty Owari. Now they've released her. We don't know what has happened. Now, when they have people and they release them and they haven't filed any writ in court, we are waiting. The Attorney General said by March he'll be filing the court processes on the MPP people who have stolen money. We are in the middle of March. We are still waiting whether they will file something. Oral has ended. We don't know what oral ended with. When oral ended, Domlevo told us certain things that suggest to us that everything that oral gathered has a long way to go before it can form a body of evidence. That what oral got has a long way to go, otherwise it cannot form a body of evidence. Oforesiyama, they said they will arrest him in the morning. Gabi-Otchere is on the list. Gabi-Otchere is also on the list. What has he done? I don't know. They said that they have to do these things very quickly and then they can shut the MPP people up because they are noticing that the thing is not as easy as it was thought. So difficulties may be coming. Today, John Paul was announcing something. If you don't do this, this will happen. If you do, he started throwing the panic buttons. But it's okay. We are all Ghanaians. We'll support the government. That's our work, to support the government to work. But I think they've seen that there's some issues going on. So they have to divert attention by hurriedly arresting people and creating the impression that they have some money in their house and they are coming. If you want money in the house, Cecilia Drapa's house, it has, I went there. Abelin pay. Go and collect the money. You said it is for government. Go and take it. So Gabi-Otchere is on the list. They say that something. Godfrey Dami is very much on the list, and Godfrey Dami and Paul Adom-Otchere are not just on, they are on the list of Richard Jakwa. For Paul Adom-Ochere's commentary during the trial, during which Richard Jakwa himself sent me threatening text, which I showed here. At that time, he was in opposition. He sent, I'll kill you, you'll see what I'll do to you. I showed it here. I still have on my phone. I've just submitted it to the authorities, and I'm going to make a formal complaint that he having become a national security director. This is his record with me. We are going to do that. There's a lot we are going to do, so there's plenty of time. RTI is going to come. Shraj will be at Shraj every day. It's all going to come. We are formulating it. In Kitty is going to come. Some people have house at Airport Hills. Shraj, they will have to come. Some people this. RTI. Omanebo Ama sent me text the other day. We're engaging on text. I told him that, Doc, I'm sending you an RTI in April. Wait for it. He says, why don't you send it now? I said, no, we have to prepare. Don't worry, it's coming. So Richard Jakwa's concern is that Godfrey Dami and Paul Adom-Otchere, Godfrey Dami was trying him. Paul Adom-Otchere was the media person who was backing the trial. So he has to go to Godfrey Dami's house and go and raid it. And there will be CCTV cameras there. And he will destroy it. And then, this my tie. I can't find it. I was trying to describe to my boy that where is my green tie? Today we're arguing. He said that no, you took it to London. I said, when I'm going to London, do I take tie? I was arguing with him. It's producer, thank you very much for this photograph. Send it to me. I have to send it to my boy. I can't find the tie. This is my favorite green tie. I can't find it. Anyway, so this is this one too. They said that he was sitting on TV talking rubbish, and every day he's talking trash, and he thinks that he's who? He's foolish man. And Akufo-Addo put him at airport as board chairman. They have gone to airport. The file is there. They have seen it. I don't know what they found. I think they are frustrated. So Richard Jakpa says that as for Paul Adom-Otchere and Godfrey Dame, I'll go to their house. Is that the kind of democracy we are running? Esla Usu is on the list. They said that I think they are starting from. So I was told that Friday night don't sleep in your house because they will come to your house on Saturday morning and then they will say 48 hours and they will keep you till Monday. And so all of us have been told Richard Jakpa is coming. Don't sleep in your house. Me, I don't have anywhere else to sleep. My house is in Teshin Estate, number 1 Guava Street. Everybody knows there. If you come to Teshin and say, where's Paul Adom-Otchere's house? The 9-year-old will take you there and point at this is this house. Because I'm there all the time. I'm playing football on Zoom Lions Park. I'm exercising in the neighborhood. I'm talking to everybody. So everybody knows my house. So I don't have anywhere else to sleep. I will be at Teshin number 1 Guava Street. I'll be there. Eslausu is on the list. They said that who does she take to no woman? Now she has seen her smoothness level. She will see. She will see that what? Well. Anyway, power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Onimdini manene baba chichenkomoi ono ene host Emma Good Evening Ghana ewo Metro TV. Na Good Evening Ghana ye jumedi be political show ejina ne naso wachi yi pa Ghana's longest run political show. Na one suku komu wa ye BA in political science and classics ewo University of Ghana. LLB in law, University of Ghana. MSc in development economics ewo School of Oriental African Studies ye Trinity Akansowas University of London. Na nejuma yemu waye BBC reporter during 2001 UK elections, GJA News reporter 2001, honored in 2012 for independent media contributions, served as board chair Emma Ghana Airport Company, board member National Communications Authority, ace broadcast journalist Paul Adom-Otchere. Mima watching. Good to see you.
Thank you very much.
Nyama mabobosu nyina wonim die education awenya any wujuma wudie more than 2 decades meboa. Ebro. Na hosta wo ye nimdie awenya no kwambe so na afa etimi I shape you, I guide you ewo Good Evening Ghana.
Good Evening Ghana no shall say no say a political program. Inti political program de ne ye den kakra. Na unhia nimdie kakra wo ma obetimi a build the atwaso. Inti bra me started Good Evening Ghana for instance no at the same year na missed because me started same museum law postgraduate or Legon.
Okay.
Because a drew maybe me who say current affairs say news there. Stories na ebano titru na ye subject me ensa either say a can news story subject na story na bebano economics and I say a law and I say a politics economics na to me politics law na so to me politics but we share to say my examples say na ka say story bi aba yes say Minister of Finance at to force in core budget say any economics. I can say, story biaba. You say MPP for a constitutional amendment. Say no more there. Among your co say no. And here politics. And they are catching the law in the DBA. But story biaba. I say court attorney general say. Inti senior so bit me team or current affairs nimpa. And say at least master 2 of these subjects. Either say economics no. Any politics and our policy. We are lucky to say we see master me and sending in idea and you them. And I'm share I'm on TV stations and started saying, I'm not metaye baby, me feel be say Larry King, say Mr. Dina making kind, or then was that me yes, before be say Jeremy Paxman, no more BBC. My friend is I say, or anything, because na me, you know. Na me started saying me TV and radio call BBC ni ade and I'm who say a bit to me TV stations ni radio stations no say bit me agina say hwe omomat omaye nacha omati me agina ni who said there city na nka yenso ya nsa the other thing I can who say nsesan bem say na broni be kan epochal changes you start a program no question na ebisa no and na different from question na ebisa and na crowd there I evolve it to so you start here no na obebisa question because that time no we a politics programmer time I hear share no na afi na constitution na ban ni omanti before that no journalists intimi bisa question yem pini ma bisa question until after that no the next level is afi it bisa question and then no free ho call question ben na obisa until there was a period years bia just say we a journalist obisa question was good enough. And never man for program, man for because sa brain, sa prempress so na edu. And I call a nim kakra say, and yes, bisa question. Who so be at him bisa question? Say, found the aba constitution about be at him bisa question. Name mum. And Sancho in the question ben now bisa. A man for bisa said the can discerning minds no muti no mu bisa say question ben now bisa. Tete on name bisa say question ben now. What bisa question na ye? Na fame bisa say na na YouTube for question we na better. We are na question ben na question ben na bisa. Question ben na bisa and about next level. Say no as I said do prepare so bia ye free question bia ubisa san kan e bisa essential ni say one kasa den na odwen fa ho wo bisa question no den na odwen fa ho ti say no hwa current affairs presentation editorials ne doso we share editorials ne doso say kwa hwe Joy FM program bia me pehwe pa FM news file say entity ho no host no ba no my debates no be bisa question say no host no will be your friend of something stick or the editorial na ka because as am preparation na edu inti ama adwuma no responsibility na was central ni no ayedin kakra and first no so no start here no difficult say obi who say obi a counter asema central ni ka wa bra no nya central ni na sa dey ni ho so say because of social media anti aba ama obia ye central ni yeah na nkofota aka say central for sem no nipa omoye adwuma no bad ones no wom bad ones doors you see obia sorry no aye central ni enye obia na sorry doctor nye obia na sorry lawyer but central ni de obia sorry no aye obia sorry no aye sa sem na nkofo kan yentimi nya ho hwe because in central ni na adwuma no constitution freedom of expression and constitution ama freedom of practicing medicine. Wama freedom of practicing law. Wama freedom of practicing pharmacy. But oma freedom of expression. Nti central ni asem no ntimi nka say wait mean kebi ana wait mean kebi kebi ma mean kebi na market nti radio station to be starting na egu TV station to be starting na egu nti de be ya obehu say wo central adwuma no ne wo journalism adwuma no eko ye ni say enguye why enguye because market na ye nyina ye ton nti wo ton news na ma say we so ton news we ya anto a begu ya anto a we den ya begu
sure say wo de na ye beto
say de obe ya ma yetimi ato de no eno na be gina ho
okay sorry na me de asemi ba be so kan ba bia me I just like the how we arrange say ya say e ba na nsem adwuma ye de fi baby e de baby say you know the aba beto mu ye say we nsem ni na wo kan asem a de wo hwe wo no so no e wo ni view ni opinion about asem na wo kan and also wo sign so check it ye share wo program wo host here obitimi ka bibi na why fact check you go detail na wakwa kwhihwe mu ehu asem na nipa na ka no no kra na say the same thing so na de wo so wo kan no obi so wo achira nipa no so wo hwe say no kra na say no kra meaning say we show we live enti say wo ka bibi a would you have a back room bibi ni omo so putting it together e de ma wana because meaning say we a producer and a wa say a host enti kwan be so na on live say we the bibi to ja say na we si hye enema na fa
Oh, sometimes no. Question ya will be say uncle for be sometimes you start program na it me jai friend e jai gum ni say ya start na ya hye niama no na ya de aba TV so as a behind the scenes microphone hu me wo mbabunu branch na maba we bia ya me call University of Ghana na me no coding komo so mbeboa program na abebre boa nti program day no on fi school by 6 no maba omo do so kakra obi a on ne responsibility and ni nyina ya about asem we hwehwe we mu mame we sometimes so ma o makasa be presentation once in a while na nipa o yeah research no no me say okay na wa be gina ho neka mo be kan ya one main producer or lawyer or no hwe bibia so
wow enti enu no e kire se asem bi wo ka na se nye no kra wo be blame nipa na wo ye nhwehwe mu ma wo na na
yen timi do sa person e bi si da se maka bibia enye no kra ne mom yenye bibia anka me ba be kan o ma tia me na say was ade we hu ye yenye hu ye na say sa social media ba hwe ne a print story bi say na me dey share programming no inti me kono me do ho no ma so we free me say na mo yi we free say we ye check ye ni hu
okay the entire me bisa wo sa no eye Dubawa wo mo e de betu just Adom-Otchere quote wrong vote margin for Mahama. Now the all kind of say we quote 100,000 gain from 2000 to 2004 vote out but rather no 378,000 into enye 100,000.
Nothing I'm saying cry. I'm saying last week yeah cry will be some publishing you say I just saw it so into we say secret bit me check it. President Mahama total votes of 2020 was 6.5 or 6.4.
Omo ma detailed.
Into say
ewo no asat wo friend saying President Mahama ene Nanado 2020 ene from 2020 to 2024 no vote margin no 300 and pay analysis on me 378.
Electoral Commission the saying
Electoral Commission and so Eddie no 378,000 analysis no wasn't even based on say they were also solely
relying on
Electoral Commission. Electoral Commission
me check say figures the dates been a program soon after the election I bit me check say if figures there as a Bruni Becker figures don't lie say figures there wrong to mean
say e banesa how do you correct it say banese what can be been say and senasa process by now go through to correct it.
Say I can't read now your who sentence send a part of the GJ rules Ghana Journalists Association more rules and ethics are clear what to do either you retract or the rules no that so can be been no crowd necessary they correcting a rules and yes say me madrin and send me see me and me practice say me succumb to the rules say the obia we adwuma rules govern
enti we say so sign eba be see musa dankwa and so time or the predictions on near ade eba the same Dubawa a year or ede we so kwa de omo koti wo mu musa dankwa you are disgracing political research. What is this? What is this? What is this coming from? Where is this coming from? What is this? We don't like that. And also omukoti ansana what the see say after the elections predictions was right. And no uba ebe apologize say obi ebe bisa say the time I know my predictions na wunim ne dada ana wunim se bi ansama woka no emmemu enu ntine ma won so be counter say de wo ye no enye sana. So the tendency also was question be for farmer be honum near. I'm pretty sure say you are aware of that.
Okay. The before the elections, let me say a week before, 2 weeks before, we share City TV and I'm friend channel 1 TV almost Saturday program no. New feed program big take was a Saturday program. Normal work researchers 4 our money now outcomes in different. Na musa danka ho obi foforo so ho normal outcomes here different now mo dey nkita ho say wunya wo figures when nya ni figures when program no ko twa ase say obi a je ne ho di ekwan ofa so e de nya ni figures enti we dey gisi atwan ne to aba no wie na ehu dia ne kwan no sebe tom enti no Miss me interview other researchers on the same program. Omoma completely different outcome from Musa Dankwa Dieno. Enti a research work, and you can only tell. Let's say Yakobo ball. Na me my analysis. Na me say Real Madrid be winning. Na obiso aye analysis say Barcelona be winning. E nyina aye analysis. Analysis no sha nyina aye correct. But said the economics aye can say. Bibia economics be predictive bia obetchura say all things being equal. Because say all things are equal a besi say. But say all things are not equal dia ni say die besi akọ. Aha, every economic analysis is underpinned by the expression and the principle that all things, in fact, some of the economic theory, it changes from all things being equal to other things being equal, because you are dealing with one situation. When you go forward, it says other things being equal, I expect this to happen. Okay, so you can say all things being equal. Let's say all things being equal. Let's say senior ya etaisino yenim se ebesi saa se saa dia say na ebesi for instance election 2024 osha all things were not equal or other things were not equal if you compare to all other elections. This is the first time we've had such a significant number didn't turn out to vote. Inti senko be a research e ka kire say election ya mukui nipa 2 million and 2 bana na sa nipa na si esuro no but obi a research no ka say nipa say be win by big margin. Nipa say so there be win omo nyina de ne all things being equal. Inti research outcomes no there and one is obe fresh na me friend Musa Dankwa buy and say una win match no inti why ade e say my kan no say una win sa anti na me friend ba studio na be dis ankita won enye issue be say ntokwa bi say obi say and say ntokwa sa dia and a personal and come friend and my studio. Come be business and one in a relationship won't tell me to say any problem absolutely that time in any problem. Say ejuma na ya na nkofo ka say bia only obi problem and there be any problem. E say wako cause no two lawyers omo argue we omo kotena say. Omo your friend. Enti e bia nipa bi omo hu ne sa say enye personal. But say me ka say Manase Azuri ejuma waye wanyi ni yie enye personal. So also control say yes, also control say Paul Adom-Otchere interview we enye me fan personal. Manase Azuri na see our friend na me see me wabuche mba me friend no so investigations be kasa no pe cross enemy text. Enti enye e bia onye madamfo say madamfo brebo am no school na bibi but enye personal. But your fan say sometimes go for sure ka say o ka say obi ejuma ti say ana say o kan obi hu asem say na che say o time na bibi there.
I am the so ka say ankofo e ka say the same ankofo yan so ka say e ba no good evening Ghana. To da ya no mu the balance. I say you were in to protect people, you're into, fight, be the voice for others. As a binumo honoma, omobo, yema, Mrs. Leda Pedding, a former Attorney General Godfrey Dame, and so edin na sana ebinumoka. Mami mbisa say, sometimes, aya, we feel it's a pressure be a double so. It's a banner, political side, and a onoma government be a war, a bemu, and I say one more position. Do you feel pressured from them?
Oh, so government new opposition. Someone want pressure say can see and I
say. TV on I say o person can be the please way mum, but because of what ben money into I say we can say the baby favor no. Then maybe I done with am opposition.
Okay, nti my cover elections bebree. Na ade ba kwa me hu politics mo a ha me pa ne intwato so.
Okay.
Me wo meeting mo a as a young journalist ankofo timi planning mehu Ghana ha amini mo nyina o team plan say yenko ka ne sei
engu obi so
e wo Ghana politics esi bebre from 2002 2003 4 5 mehu be intimate one am say
wow
so do we dey nya
I me but ni pa o wa ben mu ana say
a politician say ebi wa say abant me kan to a political opponent e me nka se ba akofo na ye wo nyina ye wo nyina ye na menya from me ne obi akasa politician me taste wa kan asem bi wo radio so me madam for na me friend say na wo asem a wo okay o ye madam for pa e no ka kire me say sebio
ɔsɛ ɔsɛ ɔmo ka sɛ ɔmo nkwa na ɔmo agyimi mɛkyerɛ ɔmo nyansa
sana wadamfo
kan sana ɔka kyerɛ me ɛna me sɛ anɔsɛ na deɛ ɔmo yɛ unhu deɛ ɔmo yɛ yi nti a unhu hwɛ da no wei kɔka sɛ na wotie saa treacherous nneɛma na ɛne ne maa me ba the decision sɛ de bia sɛ me nya microphone na sɛ ɔmo yɛ obi saa na sɛ me tie aseɛ sɛ adeɛ wei ɔmo yɛ ntwato soɔ me gyina ama nipa no so ɔyɛ NDC o so ɔyɛ MPP o so ɔyɛ hwan o sɛ me nim sɛ adeɛ wei ɛyɛ ntwato soɔ a me gyina ama nipa no ɛna politicians me di ɔmo akyi wɔ parliament na me wɔ parliament me hu sɛ politician we din kɔmpɛ ma kɔ gyina nkyɛn na me tie yɛ sɛ me hide ɔmo hu sɛ me gyina hɔ na me bisa leader ne sɛ nti ɛna me JH Mensa ɔyɛ leader no me wɔ ne office throughout ɔsɔre anɔpa me wɔ ne fie because na me te bɛn no ɔtɛhyɛ no ngua ɔbɛsɔre anɔpa na me wɔ ne fie JH Mensa na kyerɛ me na yɛ kɔ say we yɛ rules we yɛ say JH Mensa me nyɛ sure sɛ ɔte ase no ɔma any television or radio interview just a good evening Ghana me ne ti say wow me kɔ yɛwura John Mahama minim no
unim no
papa politician Dr. Kwabena J
awɔyɛ wadamfo
sɛ ɔyɛwura nti misi minim no sɛ no yɛ parliamentarian minim no
no sɛ de sɛ one no ebesi sa abre nyina mo yɛ fine na
oh yes
okay
campaign time kra no to me send me text say oh na sɛ ma wo kan fa me nkrofo hu enye no kre me send me text oh yɛwura we no o spokesperson wa sɛ na me kan enye we spokesperson wa nka sɛ ye sɛ ma wo kan ani
wo kyerɛkyerɛ mu nyina
ma kyerɛkyerɛ mu no as was sending me emojis oh yeah, very nice man ma send emojis say sewara bibisa enti no me who politicians na ade a ɛyɛ ntwato so a politicians pɛ no mo dey take advantage no me who ye no ɛha me the dishonesty of the person me take advantage of enti sisilia da pass and by
me ba what meeting no mo a omo ɛka saa asɛm no oko report ne said your mokan
oh my report to cry and yet to be reported another thing I say nko 40 years and I'm afraid openyi bi and 2 days ago say I'm afraid openyi pa bi and I'm in kasa na say Paul I know you are recording and I'm say openyi say dey menye bi da menye sa journalism no menye maka o team say menye bi da say me no bi kasa na recording in America menye bi da menye bi so da e hu hia ti biso penny jaja men kasa asa de menye bi da wo me wiase se me record se me ne openyi se kasa na me record enti de wo fie ama me mbra na me fa me phone nto nche na nse ma pese mbisa ono na bisa me phone fie kasa e di nkomo ma o se me nja me phone no kra o ye relax because behavior of intentional for na ma say sa time na make ebinom sere sa time na make no na politician nsuro say journalists jina ha otie onim say journalists know what the discretion to know say because na Joy FM so I mean ko cancer part way politician no can frɛ when kyerɛ say can he say there onim or trust so we betimi aye adwuma no correct because confidentiality there a very very important part of this work it is uncommon na metie no say omo nim say mate there but oma anka se me report enye reporting bi amebe ya me nko kan say bia we madam fa ka say eh politician asema da no kan ba se ma be kan fa say dia debi
but say no hu ne say politicians no omo ni gidie wo yen central phone mu ana na sesa ne te a den na wo susu say ama omo ni say gidie no we
say ni dia recording ni video no and it's obi asro central news na the recording devices na e buy no latest ones no ehihye nipa no ho ne sa ne ma nti almost say senior first parliament te na Akufo-Addo ni do aja ho di nkomo metimi akogina ho no omo se mi gina ho so no mu di omo nkomo politics deep nyoma eni se ba bonten omo se mi gina ho pa but omo nim se mi nkoye sa de no omo nim ene me sure say journalists call parliament no maka say masa opede wa because usuro me nka say central for na ayo say digital technology da ba na ayo basa na be time na ntisa time starting na ntisa enti no nyama me suasua ya na nyama say me report ba ma me esua bibi say wo pese wutimi ye central ni na odi no kra bi e wo kwan bi so de a e ba me mu say sa ntwato so no de me so me pene so da say di panet to say or to say o me pene because another thing ma me hu say Yewura Akufo
as I say obi aka na say me campaign time na me ka na me ni fifi kwete kontokwa ensema ya ka wo Ghana hafa yeru akofo ho ebi ankola ni nim 2008 no omo demonize ekofo e wo nneoma omo nim se enye nokre obia omo ka ye bia nim sa asem ye ka fa yeru akofo enye nokre so omo ka ye e de wini abato
ena na wosusu so omo kan ya na enye nokre
oh ena akofo eye kronfo owie ska de ye ni hotel ne ba owie ska aban ska de ato
hotel di wa
hotel owie aban ska e de ato hotel ama ne ba aban explain ye se entisa ne ba ne ye dwuma price water house no ma ye paper krata ne o debi obi ante utina trotro mu a kufo obi atwa bo ha kufo hotel owie ska to ma ne se kufo owie ska e de ye hotel wo fi aban mu abesi afekwa de obi amboso biom omo se kufo aban omo de bank account buy we sika da Switzerland bank ni Richard Anane de ni 6 million come Japan de ni 8 million ni na anya no kre for net me planning no more chat so then I can say
because of our experience in Tina eba na say ma hu say enkofo na a planning sansem na no mokagu former president Sonana
because na me nim say there's nowhere no kre and as essential ni no hotel asemba say omo ne krata be kire
okay
enti me hwe krata na me say na krata ni dia adan na we can say
na wonyi ni say obi betimi de krata a kire enso na no kre ankasa wo ho but na bi de krata e bi so aye cover up hu se bi sa so
aban sika no untimi ni emma itese behira there's no way obi be fa aban sika
okay
so ye president so ye minister so ye deputy minister so be kukura aban sika just checks and balances at that bicycle hono. There's no way I'll be to me real bicycle yencho.
Okay.
Auditor General yencho. Nothing I'm saying the BI Auditor General co parliamentar and some of the tuja. Now District Assembly DC kra se sikabi honor on fan buyer Auditor General de koto na kape minister. Nti bibia ni ho Auditor General unhu. Cathedral na se keke ka ho asemi. Sika akọ cathedral nim sika ko hwan ho e fa he ni nyina adadwa. Inti aban sika de o accuse obi so adi aban sika na se o de krata abase min die na stia o kan se utimi kan din sa na ya na enye ba se na make sa de e bi happen NDC ni MPP nyina politicians ni na
okay inti ye kan say no nanka wo boss say ma Cecilia Dapade no ono so de wahu document bi e den na wahu ntia wo ne se wo mpene ma wo bi entwa asem ento no so
at time I met Cecilia Dapade and I me catch na mfo bi omo ben me ne omo me omo ejuma say some people be lose election we are na ya same way sata na me call antisisi o
sa
na ba me ko ni fi akobisa no say ba de say ba me tie na me say hey same way na de ma me hu sa ne say me catch nkofo no say 2016 campaign MPP communication omo the assembly betu just say NDC for discuss what Ameri energy badge be omo ye ho press conference the ho krata bi by say 200 and something million Ameri ade na anko si hwe sa say amanfo anje antum sa America na no mo ka no na eno ye sika kese pa ena ye wo mo na bus branding asembae ena omo say NDC ama mami bi 4 million so on fanya bus branding sa 4 million ne $1 million America for sika $1 million kaka on fanya branding no amanfo so mu nti maami hu say in political campaign so we allege corruption na we allege corruption bi a ebro nipa nti ase so a emfa corruption nipa ne betimi related to no eno na osom nti be ka say obi akodi 100 billion na 100 billion be na do so don't think ba ka say 1 million nti mo Cecilia Dapade no yes say oye minister or $1 million woni fie ministers yes saying 80 just obi a $1 million just saying 80 million sa me ka che go phone say eno ano no propaganda na eno a na da ho no nti asem we die but anyway ma me kwanti sisi ho tu ka me friend no anzi sisi me ba ko ni nikum chanti sisi e ba ne say no che bi mu o se be hwe eni nie me na me call report ma police na me say asem a call report ma police na o tro ma me hwe na me say nti asem we koso o se nya na asem ye wo court e ho na me hu say court no report na chronicle ye
Okay.
Now I'm say inti nye say ya chill say investigation be there be. I say me na me work court. Me na me boa prosecution no ma prosecuting kolai. Inti me court ye bisa me ameka. Inti nsenkyere for ho. No mo teye. Mchansi ba we de wan nyini yi o. I say manye ni here say. Me everywhere me sika.
I don't know how feel it wan nyini.
Because of politics.
Na sika na amounted to $1 million.
Oh, sika na say the send nkrani be kan sorte. Euros be wom, cedis wom, dollars wom. Me dem me ko
nyina bom a
me am say o Google crab baba. Me kan nyina bom dia me kai. But me ko hot ko bisa ne say asem ne church bi mu. Den ne buy. And I me wan say wo work report to asem ma police months ago police aye investigation akọ takra de tamale akọ chi obi ya ton obi ka ya try to defray cause wo gu so a wo yes adwuma yi na bisa say na wo cabinet for no munim wo president no munim say BBC ekoso men kai po answer the man na me say okay into the police documents mame fa we mame na me de be microphone say en check mon ko police station ho na mon check say statement we about ho na mon check court no I'm checking am nyina abre me
say sanity
na me say okay any sisili adapa on we aban sika inti ebeka bia ma no politics election time and now mo person mo dey advantage and advantage no so work here say ya
so say no ka ho
ebeka major especially in Accra,
okay,
in the urban area a major political story say minister baako ekuta America's car $1 million e woni fee na minister some 80 na baako pe $1 million and say yewu Ghana yewu omo wia isika nyina sa time na price akosoro otodokuna ento oko choba kodi fufu a untimi nto na life cost of living na kosoro aban say COVID and Ukraine war yo yate but na akosoro nti say akosoro na me ntimi nto me petrol me trotro price baby am tua 5 cedis no say me tua 8 cedis na wo kuta $1 million ewo fee you nim the what bank
wo de wo ato
na wo de $1 million egu form wo fee am obi abewia and the MPP for ya cron for papa no obi ya MPP ni kra na ba mabu na same way dey dey asem fine ya sesan ban ya to aba sisila da pa sika no ewe inti sa experience we na me no nyina ye nyan and na be ma 4 years later say sana politics thing sa experience na menya from 2002 I mean say sana politics thing na kasila da pa wia $1 million aban sika ampa nke ne onenam ho sisila da pa da so court every now and then na Ghana web publish it ojina omujina court no say this asem ne
ogusu
ejini sika police for na prosecute ban asesa ye won new IGP ye won new interior minister ye won new attorney general sisili adapa adaso gina course sika no media meje enya ban sika
okay
but voter ye dey age no millions of sa and politics.
Do you think say moving forward there will be a time as in some way saying me when say be a political parties on be set as an agenda no ebe kosoa etimi edi ombetimi use that na edi nkonim ana say ekwa enim na narrative no be sesa
nkonim die wo politics mu die se wo aban mu a ye wo se na esihwew na opposition bia ni ho a o win election and the di nyamba meaning say tachi beba dia
opposition bia ni ho
win election aban no lose nti danse na me
ka nya asem mo opposition e be kan e
se aban no en lose ya opposition no ye ho hwenye se aban no lose dia na e bebem because we alternative your friend alternative no aban na ho ye hwa aban ye mpa aban na ye do beba enye se ye pel ene ye pa aban no da bi ni oya aban no ni oye de pe man ya ewie na politics no I travel from oye de pa man yen no to enyoma bebre especially in this part of the world part of the world there were almost peculiarity how until be anya perfect but yeah this part of the world especially in Ghana as opposed to Nigeria no in kind for free be he change say who betimi aye he say we political office holder who betimi aye he pa and no kofra say economic situation bad. Me opposition may take advantage. Economic situation no cry bad. Let's say it's a 2008 election economic situation in bad. Let's say meet me ma ohuye here because of nema wa oye. Minyam na ma wa na oye.
No, so meaning say to me na nipa na enya maybe pa bia wo any de otimi eye no ne ma ne ho eye here na se de to me no so wura wo madwene mo ma de sese omo ye no omo nye nti ne mo ho ye yi.
Ebias ebi o ho ade sese omo ye omo nye. Ebi also cry de awaye cry na. Nyoma bi o ho a obeye be ma ohu ye here sese no de be ye ko no. Politician obe wini ye de oti ase obe ti ne ho se me wo aban mu we ye normal but meant me nye. We ye normal but meant me nye. Na the other day na me wo airport board chairman. Na airport board no see tu kwan ya. Na me nkobi.
Ade.
Hey. Na me ka me chiro ade. Enti omuko board members say kwan to say airport members corner omuko. Na me say mo de nkobi. No say chairman ade na me say mesre mo a. De monko. Dachi ba be chiro. Paul Adom-Otchere spends $300,000 traveling. And yes, I no cre, but a normal idea about chairman be but omobema ama ho aye into unya bonibia into every crowd call airport west me airport na tumpon why say na now call $300,000 we do kwan there kwan there hwan but ebia old board chairman ye bi e ade obi aye into enu ntino ebema politics no ama politicians ne hu say ade cry ye normal no menhwe na manye ehu ewom ne say ebia katahye ne proye be koso but politician be careful so be cover because oko sawo party asekra yes we weska intina say me say NDC penyi be catch this one say sa videos na be ba na mo sa no bi ansa but enkadi pasa enkenye boni
enkenye ni position occupy and ko pa
sa ne position outside enye boni kwame nkrumah president osa bebre ne na videos wo ho but enne we opposition ebia oka bia we use in opposition say who say na say bi by Malik Basintali yes we akoto car bi e na ode car no picture by say 2023 car and 2024 but like 2024 car 2025 just auto asana obaba who say da bi oboa na Malik Basintali abeye yi say o yes car abazika da de koto car na obi betimia ahu no say Malik mo ba ban mu mo ya de me hu adwuma wo ye metoka achew
eno so wo ho no
eno bebre wo ho but say sa aka no de ba Malik ontimi yusu because our ban mu and opposition ni no enim say we boni bia ni ho but onim say obetimi ama no ama ho aye hini nti no
na
obeka
na wonyi ni say no so eka ho nti na say ba ye ne yensem kyerewa adwuma na esi ye ho efi so obegye aban bi appointment said ye be ye a se impo no se koba ne se o mu twa se bi na nya ubetimi aka na wonyi se se de hu ewrewre mu nso a ene ba ne sa na se yenyina oh na sense o mu nyina mo yepe oh many politicians ne yepe wonyi se no so ka ho ntia
two things I'm person can about the politics na yes sir they use constitutional amendments the BB but asema wa ken ye very important my main kind no say adan na journalist beji aban adwuma question how be okay Peter Ajete no a speaker of parliament now before so be speaker of parliament no now or MPP chairman and you know MPP win election 2000 no and now omodine be a speaker of parliament no osanso ye Ghana Bar Association president and san obey MPP chairman enti obey MPP chairman obey speaker of parliament na Ghana Bar Association ekosra no congratulate no omo born kokose ora Peter say a wa be speaker of parliament there wo politics MPP politics in there obey ya to nchen because they say wa be speaker of parliament enti hweye na wa anye MPP politics but focus on ka speaker they say on try so be neutral. Speaker ni ya no na me report this story. O ya no say na dey asem na mo okay. Na me MPP ni mapa. Me den ma neutral. Mo kumia MPP mo jana mo behu. Mo ntimi nye neutral nye any neutral china na emom where da na mo hwehwe no eye impartial eno na esa mo ka kire me se mo bo me kokko se menye impartial na neutral pa de muntimi nye neutral da enti essential ni na juma ne se oye na juma obeye impartial but say only MPP only NDC and our policy way e-levy only left only right D-levy only left only right planting for food and jobs only left only right as I say essential ni no efa planting for food and jobs and na make say na do baby o bisa say wan kasa o dwen ho say offer planting for food and jobs no kasa planting for food and jobs adwuma o man sesan we ni enko baby memom say a great minister na all ye adwuma no say ultimate interview no say ora wo de ba na be kan wasem o kan we say asem aka me no nya adwen o ade we sure say be but say essential ni be ka say me de planting for food and jobs me mini ha there be enti essential ni koje aban adwuma wakoje aban adwuma obetime decide say o defend aban no o ye ni programmer ontimi nya impartial ontimi decide say asema MPP akane de me mamo ntida ana asema NDC akane de me mamo ntida NDC akase wasem ehu say na NDC kan ba me de me ne omonya adwen na back to the issue no lawyer for adwuma yema lawyer government appointment obetimi age doctor for your adwuma yema doctor government appointment obetimi age ba say be journalist there yema the government appointment onje ana
nti wono de we support say a journalist appointment awonje
completely.
Is it because say we nya bi nti na wo hu ne say sense ntroni bi anse ma wa say wo gia
before say me nya bi no na after 2000 election Yeri Akufo be the president Cabral Blair me here no a DJ president or an ambassador eko Cote d'Ivoire Ura Haruna Ata no editor of Statesman or a board member that time no Ghana Airways and anti editor of Daily Guide ne Mame Blay Freddie Blay or editor of Daily Gina Blay anti Gina Blay no a board member was Senate in 2000 anti Gina Blay cried only so that's so yeah editor of the owner and editor of the Daily Guide we ambassador 2 terms Akufo-Addo me who Cabral call Germany or you're one of the most distinguished ambassadors. And this next month, we see Prati launch a book be on Adom-Otchere. And it's essential ni ewo talent, skill be a bit me a boa a buying no ewo kwan bi more. Because what we essential ni intino say be more nyana. Oko Londona bebre ho. Prime Minister Boris Johnson, no editor of the Daily Mail or Mirror, no editor, a journalist. No, better than Prime Minister, no a full journalist.
Okay. Some work as CA, you see a Peter Lajete as an example. So do chanokra mujane beba, but menka say unyai MPP sem, but rather than when you're impartial, meaning says adene A kase A B kase B. A B mo ever can say once a waje appointment no simple obi ba wo show ne so na bio asama wo ba be kan wonim say obebo eye aban na waje na appointment na say party na waje na waba aban mu waje na appointment obebo ne chi a woye nipa wobetimi atena waye hwehan kase nipa no omu akire a no nko ana eye de na wobe defend a shield no kakra unyi nisa nje no eba ne sana wo people will see you because now you can credibility well because say won't to me age aban mu emwa bi say na say waje position bi say no obi ba be kase no wantimi defend dia ene na wo kwampo no gina hefa
say person me can ascend north and come be see Adom-Otchere but before then my answer a question directly so we essentially now bisa asema say na American no baby ye do no preference so ye do no say na tie bia say guest na kan bibia na say there's an obvious follow up and na bibia obvious obetimi aka say oh who can say but we so can say it is part of your responsibility to say it obetimi looking like oh play the boniface be devil's advocate say oh play advocate say what the other side san ye interview man ye fe interview there there has to be devil advocate's role in it you know whether you are an appointed official and as when you're appointed official no so we interview as a journalist you always have to find a way to bring the other side so that for the benefit of the guest somebody who say now may good evening Ghana throughout the campaign period no you call us in not saying and by election there was by election be I am manage ho pa me ma dey ntia bo ase by election be I make obi nti e call as not by election and anopa no me ne MPP for na nam afenyo marking usu be panom e wa ye call round nti nkofo hu me me she metro atade obi animi nti ewie ye no MPP lose here and me catch a microphone say MPP lose the intimate interview election the area we interview the winner lose at the intimate interview no and I'm sure safma for now near assembly or na say we lose nti no me say okay mon ko frɛ NDC for number na some of the new people now nominate me age man na mon wan kakra nti me wa na Elvis Ankra by no say you see your face me nim ne pa madam for since Legon you see your face I'm sure the my idea no say idea but how dey be beat him 2024 na so for microphone number and I made it only Elvis Ofia Ankra na me dey ne see mu
no former sports
ono a me pese only ne say they will see kasa NPP wini na me dey ne see mu NDC wini by election o kan dey obeka nyina man stop no o kan say the way ade na ye no sa na 2024 be defeat Akufo-Addo abanfo Akufo o kan dey obeka nyina owie no and Mustafa Bandi deputy ono so by kan dey obeka nyina so for about 1 hour 10 minutes they were on okay any point near the other coin sometime around soon after that na me too kwan na say me ntimi buy a program say enya obi engina me na mu a program na me catch boy say ye pe bibi e be interesting among nkofo ahwe Elvis eyi no ye of abra no say hey boss am say like of abra ye nkate be 30 minutes you know I'm saying nti ye bo eyi no we are move away into so I even went ahead to show it again. I don't have any problem say me pay MPP let's say NDC need something about MPP and me stopping and say jai can.
Do you see we show let's say would the city agenda and say is there as a watchdog?
Oh, that's a very important question. I can say it depends on the production of the day. It be agenda setting.
Okay.
It be so a watchdog. It depends on the day. In be budget beba. Na me snoopy around na me story be say budget na say number can't say ni here. Me to first say look, budget na next week in preempt BB. And no agenda setting program. Another one Abba say obi minister be a press conference. It's mo share press conference na say we wan can here watchdog. It's depending on what you are doing, there is quite a bit of agenda setting.
Okay. What does so Ghana Airport? What does so Juma Honumana?
Baby, say board no change it after the election.
But a bit say Sana man for Kikau. Say when you hold the now so who controlling Yama or Honum from afar. We are not saying.
And possible. Say Obia Honye appointment holder. Oh baby, there's a new government, no. Obit me are controlling anything. Anything.
Also, call your own workers here, Juma. Based on your good relationship with Nkofana no more a Juma intin. Be binia, which me a maneuver way through a TBB so to me a manipulating him. Since I'm a fair worker be a phone so. Are they? Obi anya down for.
Yes, so many madam for, but yeah, this is not the first time I'm a board. Me a board or NCA. And also according to American man could be the whole 4 years meant to kind of see a board chairman.
No, see a become once a month.
Name send your politics city. And I mean name send Crawford tag him send me MPP and MPP na wa bemu and an MPP president as a board member. 4 years na NCA so according to Wumpa men to quite back one say na me passive na china ya betro say me name send your politics there. According to any boni obia to quite but me decided say zero let me go baby into airport also NCA also no me free no me free obia me free say said I'm a former board member and I'm a friend there be me be that me free airport me free obia once or twice I mean MD Nakasa and look at Mother's Day and I'm a friend wishing happy Mother's Day because me Mother's Day list in the time I buy MD no need by list the meeting Mother's Day me share list and me do and I'm so Yvonne and I'm texting the class happy Mother's Day.
Okay.
Say me free obi or Ghana Airport Company. Oh, bia kasa ya tro.
No cresa in. I see. Quite best so na wo fire wo truck ma you know CNN and I don't know BBC or CNN and I will know more age mommy to report for them.
Oh, there be a Joy FM connection.
Oh, okay.
As a time now, Joy FM your partner to. I think they still are. No more on a certain time partnership and I start here na team pants. And then just me kwane reporter me call am perform ka call Kofi so a relationship.
Okay.
Nti e call her no and out of the relationship no ebi mo kai. Akosi Sapon is still there. Out of those relationships, Ibrahim Sani Diara Okoye mo BBC.
I don't get now person be kana.
There be certain be me ho premise and baby law ntina me person be. But there was opportunity to do so.
Okay.
African service certain papa akokre friend Robin White wa being pa. No yeah boss. Nti there was an opportunity to stay. In fact, many and Pofanka were there about the same time. On stay. So he came back to Ghana around 2004-05 through Metro TV, not the buy, but okay, BBC.
Okay. After we show no we was an echo viral. After that, so no backlash be brave. But how do you handle it?
Oh, and they say occupational hazard. No occupational hazard. And they say we see me across social media na. Akotro say, hey, I would me no or be our video no can share. But sanity, then I don't have any issues with it.
But it drew maybe I won't sroma wonkwa. Sebi and Simbi or one of my woka. It is said Obi can wait me about no baby did what times won't see what's some now woka. Obo on my be with tipping, but Philly say one kind in favor of maybe party be or supporting Tino. I won't so be betting me a hammer.
Oh, that is there. The threats are threats in our and Tino by Kajumano and also by Bompire. I mean, so because it's true, I just a threat into
a humbo.
Oh, a humbo, but to be who say a threat, I say, so about Bohum Pire, made a non about Bohum Pire, no about Home Pire. I say, who a druby, so I know I compare druby, but a threat, a clear and present threat.
So you want to move your hand away.
Oh, when I'm Bompire, somebody starting by watch it.
Okay, okay, sorry.
But now be some.
No, said we say I can because I said unkasa emunyina what can so.
Me call CGC.
I hope na uko.
I hope me call me san call other prayer meetings and prayer events.
Me kaisa we show no so we invite His Excellency Tony Edu. Na so I mean on the finance minister that time no. But when to me and Bama Ode, Osafuma for yes, Emma Ode, honorable Kwaku Kwarteng and a buyer, man, Nebufu most request. But the way we see a comporte wohono, do you always envision, say, Bibisa ABC, or prepare wohon, safeguarding wohon, say BBC say, and mayana for the purpose of education? Or be a journalist, Nasa or show.
That's not okay. I tell you. 2007.
Yes, they are told. Now, me no be I say it to me.
He got angry about. So I know a spokesperson for Minister of Finance. I think said the minister was ban redo. And so I know MPP are buying.
No MPP are buying.
And I could also tag him and say me MPP. But this situation now, I'm saying ban redo introducing talk tax. And now me share then me say, I deal with the very creative problem. Anyway, into buy and I'm saying in the interview, no, now my hard on him kakra, and he got angry. Say, I don't remember why. And I also now opinion about program. Let's say the boy from also where you come. Ye ano. Until me now quietly no koi. But I know you're different from another old video. Be Kofi Wayo. Me pam the fish studio. Me catch us on sorry na my pam no.
Ade.
Because now you can't. No, say Kofi Wayo no. Ni nim dia petrol ni oil ni sanya man. Sana. Oya. Me nim so nim ni dia. Oya American guy be obey running parliament.
We got to a point so the rice could become
but not Madam for pardon no. And 1999 I'm say Michelle no. And 2000 or running for parliament or Nima. So we jit seat nama NPP. Inti na meta di na chipa me interview. In fact, my interview more than many journalists because that's an interview or choice. Time you more choice. Me obey madam phone. So ba we do Ghana be anu afre me. Say waba. Inti na many papa no. But or get disappointed. Say no person ka NPP kofo yera kofo de etu jina bia bi na msa amba so. Inti ne bufu ye pa. And I know say omu discard ade. Inti ofre me catch me say National Petroleum Authority omo ye corruption bi wo ho a se ehwe saa time no na some petroleum authority na yera Ken Atefa na wo ho and I say okay maybe sa Ken Atefa to me frɛ Ken Atefa na me bisa say no say na wonya sa information we out the bisa me na say Kofi Wayo na ka kyerɛ me no say Kofi Wayo nya papa na say but yera obetimi abat show no so na woni ni mienu na nke akyerɛkyerɛ ma Ghana for ate ase anke be me de pa no say why not member I have nothing to hide na mom me pese me ba no oba be didi matem o sa ne ma na o cop TV so ne radio so na we ye guest na odidi watem na ogu hu fi ne de me pesa obeye sa ne ma ne dia nti wo betima control no ne yenka asem na about petrol ne NPA ne dia ne no problem na me say na me fe Kofi say masati o kana tefa say sa wo ne ma na wo ye no ompe ne na wo ye me good evening Ghana Kofi why you be wo hada minister be near friend no Agambiri, no a deputy minister of finance. Mesamba Kofi Wayo so. Me a friend Gesika Agambiri, no a deputy minister of finance. Time Osafuma for Oho no. Oni Kofi Wayo ba program about economy. Kofi Wayo ta kan economy to criticize ya ban no. Ena papa no me introduce you no say we Kofi Wayo, we deputy minister of finance Gesika Agambiri. And no apeja na no na America kasa. What kind of name is that? Gesika Agambiri? Is that your name? Nam say masa. We asama
obeka sa fa ni din na won.
Nti Atefa ka sa kire me na me nim asama oka.
Okay.
To frɛ Kofi Wayo say masa ene no sa wo nyoma no.
Membe
yebi. Me enka asem no. Trodo no bia antenase. And I say no problem. It started show na Atefa kasa I say, hey, you got a beer? You drank beer before coming here? And I'm say, hey, asem way na me catch you say me pesa asem. Jai sa nema. But the guy is drunk. And I'm say, share the ochre. No, kasa am say masa, any jai program nako.
Anti na nam so ma.
Anti fi hako. Me no kasa. Sorry nako. And no file now the bar program no they to me table no so no koe. Ne ka me na Atefa ne kasa ya. Nti eno ye contrast to Kwaku Kwate
no. Obi so amama wo tworo ni din ebo ekunya ho a wo say
honorable ya asafomafo.
Nipa ni disappointed.
Any honorable ya asafomafo. Na what kind budgets be? First I'm saying the second or first. The HIPIC budgets. The budget or kind ya near free be HIPIC tete ho no. Year akofo fa be by say HIPIC say.
School scrap.
Say debt forgiveness. Into a car Ghana de no. Say Ghana sign HIPIC na amama bi wo ho a omo nso mo ka HIPIC no ho omo ye aman akese omo be cancel e ka odi omo no omo nje ubiom but se wo sign sa HIPIC no nso ane chese Ghana no e hye HIPIC asenti ontimi nje loan ne ma bia ontimi nye nti na kofo aban no emu ache na yera JH mensa ne osafomafo no adwen se ma onko je HIPIC no na wanje HIPIC na e kana ye de no ye betimi atua afa kwan bi so atua ne be san timi nya loan so e de be ye ne ma wodo ho kɔhyɛ HIPIC no mu a HIPIC na be kyerɛ ekwan a wo be ye sɛ wo pɛ sɛ yɛ Accra Kumasi road na HIPIC no si there bi yɛ takrade de na be ye nti na ɔmo mpɛsa nti na ɛyɛ ano yɛ ayɛ hyepa wo area kofo aban no na very early so nti Britain for na ɔmo ma yɛ pressure sɛ yɛn sign HIPIC no ɔmo soma ɔmo minister betena Ghana so ɔntena area kofo so no make sure say by the time we kind the next budget no Ghana be sign HIPIC you know nti even 2 days to the budget na nkofo nim say HIPIC ne yebeko na adani radio so nkomo bebe economist newspaper say we a new government aba after so many years of rollings say Ghana ya attractive obi apeso who news about Ghana what is going on it's a big conversation anopa na ye ko sign the budget me ne madam fo from Latamensa na me reporter no me boss you real budget minister bi a mintimi mboni din or ye minister kese pa wa ban etwa mu na osan so ye minister kese pa wa kofo aban nim kese pa ono gira parliament wa or MP so from Ashanti region ojina parliament wa ye be kan budget no me na me point chair ni say minister paragraph 35 HIPIC no ma jatum because ye bisa na say HIPIC also HIPIC the engine tum enti me kan budget am say hey e wom say nyanka so ma for parliament obe kan am say minister hwe HIPIC no ma jatum ene da ha no ena me sign free sames there's something about it be hwe every paragraph be osafoma for e kan no o kan no ni din mu obeka say Mr. Speaker we have decided to do this that e drew ho no o say Mr. Speaker I have been expressly directed by the president to sign for the HIPIC initiative. It's because I say, we different paragraph there. Wait dear, a show say or suffer for no jade way because they in him son jintum that. But now make us we show or document in him. So dear we no on jintum because I know the Oyego president so say president Simenye. In any case, budget in a president budget there. But all kind on the demo then Inti your point chair minister they say only no him. It's some for kind way. It's when I may call someone for office. I'm saying an answer and for friend nana. So we did interview. No open so. And that time now Jacob Bilamte, na chief of staff, also madam for pa, and also take communication sepa. I'm afraid Jake say I did we say interview. I'm not going to say ko staff ma for. And I may call and I can say what happens so obey. And also about yan can then obey can say because a first major interview. Okay. Until this uncommon na interview day no so yeah. In the questions now, I be ask you be beside na the Ministry of Finance for. Na papa be a friend no Oras Rebo. When you baby call no Morning Star School. No that time no ye Chief Director Ministry of Finance. Inti me no yes question and then question be beside ni sa man. Inti time no so ye that time program starting 9:30. And I'm say my friend and the driver say around 7, 8. Inti e be try to say my friend na me nya no. And you say, oh, Egyptian ambassador fee as some way dinner be or something. A house na minim ho, or Christ the King. And I will call her. Na me call her. Hey. So I'm a boom bow tie fine tea. Be okay. Like how? And I'm a real honor me hoon, and I'm a channel. That's one in the program. You no see at time, Ben, I'm saying, yes, no see, but look at where I am. Is it there? And I'm saying, oh, 7 Metro Laboni, the hair and think I only 10 cry, would me corner about 10. They'll beat me about no problem. Saturday about 9. Program started 9:30. And one can say yes, one can say no. One said I can be an feel. Into the buy no, fair now on fa. And now they were an advertising program. And I said, Ketua. Obier, my boss to laugh at the home was so say, Papa no way, I'm about away. I said, don't worry. It's a starting program. And I said, good evening. I said, I can't interview no. Basso, honorable Yaosafumafo, or studio her. Until after the break. Knowing very well, say. Take a break. I will deceive you. We were. Say I would tell you. You're sure so. Honorable ya Osafomafo. Until we and program the bar back and I'm saying, well, yeah, sorry. They be na, but as I busy pa. But I said the moon dream say ye near ye tramontro and I say take him for granted. Questions and he be beside no. The bekan nyina ma mu nyina mate mu say empire prepare for program no. And you say a car say na be interview no. And I any nipa say na prepare ye me kan story ni nyina enwumere me hu no because say wan ka say onim or say baby o tena be ogina mu no ntimi mba bibisa wan ka so eba wan ka so eba. Me kan story say na maka che nyina o TV so. Nti na enko question number 1 na ke be bisa na anyway. Question 2 anyway, 3 anyway, 4 anyway, 5 anyway, 6 anyway. Ewe na be 4 lines. And Uncle for count my dream near point. But two, me want a phone call, Samaba. When a frail Talafata. No say Samabao. No say a day, no say Charlie. I buy a boo of food, say my good finance minister in Massey. Didn't ya Samaba? The very day. Was it too bad then? I'm saying there. Mamma and Mamma go and I go for a door, and I'm Madame for pa. And see, we two car me call East Legon. That's another one. No, Attorney General East Legon. How not say? Inti OPA abe hu me me call be abe hu at 5 a.m. cry me hu Madam Fupa. Inti OPA abe hu me no phone so. So I said, what? He did that? My goodness, Paul, I don't believe it. No, he's here. No, see what me name the up to today. Me name the panon in the casa. One can't join the person in the casa. I do incident no here. I say, hey, I don't know what no. The boof we pa. I'm say, oh, say the buy. It's a make no. But remember, a day na upese watch video we ye no. They be na upese views that time no. Na media nti say ne. Nti na misro say viewers no be join say na program no starting chair. Say who deceive you. Viewers be join say me boss afma for din keke. Say the be a on be hwe na program na page na bibisa na ha me pa. Nti na person mo hu say asema me kan ye no. Ya ye hu adwuma. Nti eventually na do ye den. Well, me kai kakra ne bufu ye pa na. Okasakasa ya no say menko se bibisa. enti me feel no na tala afre me no bisa me say me kwa Akufo do net sen me anka hwe na me say no wen na o say NTHC for afre no na me say ye that na ye main sponsors NTH no man is ka fine pa ba mo ya ban no mo she Ministry of Finance ase aso mo she osafo mafo ase njo ka say NTHC for afre no na me say whoa we dey say e be ne den no say onim adin to my friend no na me say no mo ka so ma cancel sponsorship na no so me aka na me say ada no mo ntimi ga no say no omo ya ban na me say omo ya ban no say ye Paul Asembe no ko fa be na me say we dey say me frɛ media for no mbo ame me frɛ komla domo no say dey say na me say Charlie problem amenye ni o nti me nim some back cancel sponsorship no say we fanye news no me say yeah fanye news news story you better Joy FM before the 12 o'clock no can say me see here then because I know be a case wa interview empty chair nti e story no nti e story no and bisa me say question bisa me say threads be about and I'm say well my boss a friend me say the main sponsors of the program NTC for a friend I don't know what it's about nti I'm saying the boy NTC an cancel
say no so agenda on the far one more set
and no exposing potential wrongdoing. Because
also that time no one said
because we cancel
then finance minister ne enye nti wo kan ho de we ye no so no na ise so mu use etia
e true say de na ye call overboard kakra and they true
uji true
yeah true ye call overboard kakra yes say anya de call overboard kakra
na so go overboard why we ni yanka we
overboard no ye the continuous repetition of the questions for instance may go through questions no
now say
let me repeat yeah
because
we could have decided not to repeat. The other thing was we could have decided not to open phone lines because they open phone lines you go for bufu and they all said all kinds of things. So we could have decided not to do that. Make us say overboard. I say headline beba say Paul Adom-Otchere apologizes for essays.
So you stand by what you want say one yeshe.
Oh and I may hear woman na make catch we.
No but Paul so what can say person be a headline be beba na beka say then it means say you're not sorry
for headline na beka say make I say you call overboard I mean no problem but maybe I know man can say
but okay within that period no upacho or the way you know
as into viewers and actors of
not so osafomafo
minkayo but up until 2017 no na as still on trust me because me kon nchen no ayi din kakra obeka sabat who said me who from a distance at the elated person whom or you okay but yet the same up until 2017 and I'm thinking say he didn't like it and really most of the government people didn't like it.
Okay what problem say now our president His Excellency John Dramani Mahama oba tina bemana so starting new Juma as president almost 7 months today mama for 6 months in on be address nation no otu ne kasama for eneni ebekasa. Do you have a problem with that?
I'm sure so we'll be some question away from interview by my grantee with Joy FM recently. I may compare how many press conferences he has done to Donald Trump press conferences away. And no back to my question about.
But say no one kasa ne kasa.
And no back to the question about constitutional amendments and I may consider be politics ne be sa or yawo ne or tiny way politics in the form. Yeah, politics not say because politics ne winner takes all. The friend winner takes all.
Yeah.
They got to a bar. You'll be winning no. President of Ghana. Only how many appointments or 5,000. Nipa bako. Or appointment bako 5,000. Because a winner takes all situation. And nuntina ade bako me ya wakufado aban mu say when timi nya Ghana for support and find district assembly elections by voting political say Ghana North MCE NDC Bejina MPP Bejina ato me ya pass enkofobi
say the member of parliament.
Yes, the member of parliament enkofobi ko sha say because parliament there me say Bejina there obia pne so ko kan Hansa na concluding remarks Haruna Idrisu minority leader opine so pa congratulate president for bringing this thing. Civil society and so pine so obia si and na yet nya ntie say ebinum akoka politicians bi akoka say see any sana nessa wo draw Ghana map no nessa wo hwe district a MPP wa one hwe ya ebe doso as NDC because of district assembly say the etwetwa mu no baby say Eastern Ashanti region omo doso pa into we hwe Ghana map na to sa aba na wo ye ne sa abato na all the time no assembly map no be show say MPP doso CNDC na sana ebe kwa amanfo omo nti ase say we ye nti obisa nipa bi ekoka asa say man NDC njintum nti wasa NDC parliament na jitum no eba outside parliament na say national party na jitum no eni ehu say ebi mu ntwentwi bi aba
no who say from NDC side no mo enti ama omantimi anja
because NDC parliament na jitum na ka yetimi yes ade na say na making
eba me bisa wasem na nti wususu say sa with this particular issue no NDC form na ama na ambem.
Oh, but that is obvious. I know they say enye bibia say dream ho. No, because president can parliament pene so na NDC a press conference. Oh, so man fancy.
Okay.
O me a press conference o mo pene so. Na ye betimi ato aba na ma MMDC says a DC for no. Na mom ma ye nto no politics NDC MPP. Ye nto no neutral say they to DC say no. Na a hypocrisy wo mo both sides na say yetimi to district assembly election wie na MPP jubilate so mu wini ye NDC so timi jubilate so mu wini ye NDC ka se nya we na mom me mbie mu ne ento boss no as politics there mo se mo mpe o hwe mu a otimi hu se we centronia o fa asem na we a obo se bibi hye ho a e ma obi e kasa because it doesn't make sense
nti bibi be sa bibi be sa na hu e hye ho no mti e ma
eno na makan so mo ko kan se ye to sa aba no we a o draw Ghana map no na wo penti baby a NPP a ho be doso because Eastern Ashanti regions na NPP tanya aba ho no ya chiche me keten na other places no wo be hu se sa anti enu nti na mo yes say Ghana for no de almost who sa map na be almost NPP na ye party na ye kese nti wan hwe ya na ye ko 2 million aba na ma president na no ma dwen se ye nto ma NPP nti sa no mo kan but ade na ya anye no e ba be heti obi a and me hu anra se me sisi ye ya tutu oboko nankofo blame president Mahama Takra atutu oboko nanka MPP any NDC ene to aba oboko for MMDC ya na se MMDC ne ye MPP ne wini ya nka ne ho apopo a ebe popo no se wan solve boko problem na e da MPP so ena MPP headquarters be bisa say masa den na ugu ani ma say NDC so a ahopopo bebem na ene no DC no president appointing no DC na wo ne te wakura ase no ono wasem fa no ho because nya wo na wo to abama no president and appointing no it's president the friend of befa wo friend on fa basenka wo na wo to aba no ma no dia a onim se wo betimi asan to aba etu no dia wo friend of befa president mo friend on fa
we solve problem e wo ho
nti eno na ama Ghana aban bono Fourth Republic no high na ego no sa winner takes all na ye ko election asent to kwa ye betututuo no because senka yes our system we are Nigeria ha kromo ye alata for Nigeria omo yes our system no Britain ye America obi aye nye obi ade ba bebreye enka MPP for nim say ye lose election 2024 basa MPP for nim say ye lose basa but Kumasi KM ni de be wini ankombe wini so ampa eda NDC so be lose election no NDC nim say lose election no but Tamale North Tamale South way MMC ne be win MMC no woska ono aban ma ne ska nti adwuma wo ne ho nti NPP for nim say oh yeah Kumasi ade say de be win na Accra de no MPP ni NDC are fighting for it Takra de no na say kasa no ebe ma democracy na ye better ama aban pressure enko president so sa number 1 ama number 2 so no ye ko to aba enye kuminaminkum because enya winner takes all
okay
enti sa de na ye ntimi anje antum I hope say constitutional eyo mo ye beji atum the issue ni say ye nto ba me nto politics no ye nto politics
okay
so that obi abete ne ho ase eno so say ma MPs no pressure fee MP so because MP to Obama unti na pressure that MPs because to Obama
but at least say ya to
Obama ya to Obama mayor na ene mayor na sem nti ya to pipe ene ya to pipe mu o mikrom ejoso 3 days a e John Mahama asem MPP be press conference adana John Mahama te ho ejoso for 3 days to mu nyansio
na Paul ni say we can just where you MP na ma What's a man?
Let me feel until America.
No, meaning, sir, but I say beginning, no, Tamani, Dingo, so minister, and as MP, penny pa, will be a book just that time. Happy can also.
Let me know, say Ashanti region. And I just say, I just saw MP penny for this penny I'm making you.
You, Matt,
I'm not making us just so MPs no more, no say J. And I work do foreign minister. Papa penny making or your penny so say
you must say you company the but I mean member honum na
a press conference me answer you. Until say where the cancer constitutional amendments no and I mean they come back to say system na ye operating it doesn't give accountability. Yeah, African busy so they buy. In fact, the reason why I come Nkrumah you free hono kra na e say nka me keep his system because o see ha no. Or your prime minister no hano because they be no parliament no bisa no questions on pesa inti yen free on yenko American presidential system. Now American presidential system na evolving over many years. Our institutions they are strong. Yen sure baby as American president on your president free on yenko American system na evolving over many years. Yen sure baby as American president on your press conference every week. Yen sure but on my practice I'm not team. Into say American president no say na American or Joy FM conference. System yeah adopt American system of presidential no but you need system a be my president na and about Mahama and about Kufuor a system na I adopt no it doesn't help accountability to ni hwa and then I did in same bebreba it's the same my example dynamic truth and national constitutional amendment committee remona to go ba mails there no me can say we ya kire mo na apia me kan ho oda ma sene me ya adwen pa na me ma mo example say tete ho no Rollins na say ne castle ho yi bi ho she guardroom bi ho ko etimi she view e be yen sem go media bebre Rollins en bi na no aka say no crew senya no crew unni kwan bi ababisa no yeru akofo bae so nema sa sisiye unni kwan bi ababisa no say no crew senya no crew nansi president Mahama bae nema bi asisi but enko prime minister or parliament and can not panel about parliament Monday morning. In fact, in Britain every Wednesday or more prime minister's question time and upon a baby I say yeru Mahama na boxing na mo ye you know sharaf no nyes kan we sa na ta politics neti no jina hono ka say okay Mr. Speaker scan if say na buy enuni because on sim say be bisa no inti ma politicians na ye alert and they are very accountable to the people.
Okay.
Inti Akufo-Addo akonwa ya na ye kan wasemi so a prime minister oba be bisa no pese bisa no say Mr. Speaker papa we dey be osoro akuta akonwa what is that chair for?
Okay.
Ko be chire
say the way CD we ne dia amanyo semwache no me pese ye part 2 no ye ba na ye ba be din komo Africa's new constitutional leadership, 77 stories that defines Ghana's fourth republic, which is the book. Now, what delve deeper, actually, more inspiration, ma would this book, now, what my detailed, you know, information about it, me patropa, second we need but I mean, we bet me, I can be.
Oh, no, then a book that we need time to talk about.
We need time to talk about it.
But it's 150,000 words.
150,000 words. Obi pe bi ahemfa no benya.
I say anything I say me next time I san bookshop here printing new one.
Hey, asa.
Na
Amazon no me ade.
Amazon there ho. It's me send a link. Amazon there is there.
Oh, okay.
Because Amazon contract no one say obi bisa book no ma be print it.
Oh, now omo there.
No me there man there. And how they answer that.
Wow, I see. Ebi mo bisa say the when you see the amanyo semichi. Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia say MPP4 esan koto aba no mo de ne ba. MPP be win 2028 ana.
Oh, mean 2028. Do be win ni do win. Say prophet ho. No mo kire say be mean do be win.
Don't believe in him say
so ba. Now obi some say e bia obi say Bawumia ba MPP or better chance of winning say na obi
say wugine woni mugidie say so moto aba ma ba obi win ana.
I think say ade be ma MPP winning the next election no. Enye individual a unity.
Okay.
And to say MPP to me unity any individual,
it doesn't matter
that is how I see it.
Because
what the party needs is unity, and election is run by the party. And you know, unity. Now unity is more important than individuals at this time for the MPP. So
I see. I don't need a daughter Baumendi, so Oba Onumo Betini Abuana.
Oh, yes, an American. Omo Mujina, yeah, good people. Dr. Baumia, great, why be that? Can Japan, you're good. Come to Japan and say, Rana Jokam interview, and saying, while launching a campaign, some of Kaya to a man for a sumpa, or say a duchum, Ubia Nim, said Unimyansa, about education, or Unimyansa by an champon, the age, and the achievements in business, which means on your ordinary person. Obi at the age and if your business which mean you building the biggest hotel in West Africa. Very solid. Joe Gatti, on us why be the gentleman, Fantini gentleman, Unimyansa pa. Until we share list now. They are very, very, very good. But it doesn't matter who wins or who doesn't win for the MPP. The important thing is if the party can generate the unity they need. If they can get the unity they need, then they have a fighting chance for 2028. If they don't get the unity they need, then they have to wait for NDC to hand over the victory to them. But this is the thing. For the ruling parties to hand over victories, it doesn't often happen in 4 years. It usually happens in 8 years when people are tired of them. However, it usually happens when they are changing a candidate. It's complicated.
Okay.
So our situation doesn't often happen in 4 years. It may, but it doesn't often happen in 4 years. But it happens when the ruling party has to change a candidate. It's always a difficult situation. NDC have to change the candidates. It's always very difficult. Okay. And again, with NDC, this will be the first time in the Fourth Republic that they have to manage a situation like that. They have to manage a difficult transition. From beginning, Rollins, Rollins, Jama, and Mills. And Mills, the Mahama. Competition behind them because Mills, Mahama take you over, and NDC decided very cleverly say, yeah, primaries, vice president, so into no to us what be seen there. But Sir Rollins crack or primaries. In sir, we need 97% and primaries.
Okay. Paul, so be a show. You who say we New Patriotic Party Niana.
No, Obi Shemia on whom say me a right wing of politics. Me a very, very right wing of politics. And I'm right wing because I'm a Christian. And the fundamental thing I disagree with the left of politics and said they challenge the existence of God. All left-wing politics challenges the existence of God. Well, most left-wing politics. Right-wing is about, so basically, right-wing, I believe in big business, small government. Government doesn't have to do everything apart from government setting the fundamentals. And even though I'm right-wing, I support free SHS because.
The 2025 AMC Tycoon Africa Conference for us presents a unique opportunity for convergence. Convergence of ideas and innovation, convergence of marketing excellence and technological advancement, and most importantly, a convergence of people united by shared vision for a prosperous, connected, and empowered Africa. We are proud as your host and to the guests who will be arriving from all corners of the continent and the world